What's up, guys and gals? It's your boy
We started
Jeff
at 9
coming to
o'clock?
you at the Extreme Nerd Table. Yeah. Yep, we're started now, so yeah.
Tim, you just ruined Jeff's groove.
Yeah,
Do it again. Jeff. Put it on yourself and do it again.
All right. All right. What's up, guys and gals? It's your boy Jeff coming to you with an Extreme Nerd Table with Robert Galvin, with my brother Robert.
Nobody.
Yeah, and with Randall, and with Mylar Armandis, A.K.A. your boy Tim. He popped out for a second, but he'll pop back in.
He probably went to go grab some stuff to show off.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I hope so. I hope it's what I like.
Yeah.
I've heard about this thing for 3 weeks. I would love to see a copy of it.
Here we go. And our boy Tim. And her boy Tim. Say hi, Tim.
How's it going, guys? Check out Tim.
Nice.
I think Tim is reaching out to us from the 90s.
What's that?
When the webcam was first created.
Webcam was first.
This is my cell phone. I'm working off of my cell phone, guys.
No, I know.
It's still fine.
I'm waiting to see like Jimmy Fallon and Horatio Sands.
Steve says that all the time.
Like, chilling with you in the background. If you get that SNL reference.
Yeah. I was gonna show off some what do you guys think about spec in general? Like top 10 list, like the Comic Tom's top 10, key collectors top 10. Like what do you guys like it? Do you guys dislike it? What's your opinions?
It's cool that he does it. I mean, I don't actually at the moment really watch some of the stuff. I will like browse through, like, you know, like he'll do like a quick post, maybe like a short video. He'll mention some stuff,
right?
But he's got a really great setup. He has a really great setup. Like I love how, like, you know, the way everything looks in the background. He's got like the microphone, very professional.
Right.
He's very enthusiastic about books. He seems like super nice. Like he seems like one of that, like, you know, one of those like modern fans that you can kind of like rally and get behind and support, and you know, you kind of enjoy his enthusiasm, and then whatever kind of like suggestions that he makes, you know, it's totally understandable to kind of like listen and follow into.
What do you think, Tim? What's your
think about speculation?
Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to hear your opinion because I'm gonna tell my opinion, and I just want to curious what your guys' opinions are.
Are you sure you want to hear my opinion?
Yes, that's why we're out here.
Your opinion.
What's your opinion about it? That's the whole reason I did this topic.
I believe it gets a lot of non-collectors collecting comic books, and it causes people to get interested in a short-term hobby, believing that they're going to get a quick turnaround.
Oh,
yeah. I think the same thing Tim does. So hold on.
And creates bubble. See, even the comic gods don't want me to talk about it. My Wi-Fi keeps messing up.
Yeah, but that's what I think too. It's like non-collectors come in and try to collect. If they start reading, I understand it. But if they're just coming every week to grab a top 10 book, like Tim would know, if they come into the shop, you can tell the ones that aren't collectors, and they are, because the ones that are just care about the story. A lot of them that are.
I got a very unique perspective because I work at 2 different comic shops, plus I do my own online, selling, and it's 2 different demographics, and I'm seeing people come in asking, hey, I used to collect comics, and I used to really like Spawn, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's the Image collectors, the ones that came in during the Image days. The Jim Lee X-Men. Oh man, I've got an X-Men #1. You and another 85 million other people.
No, wait. I have to stop you right there. verbatim, dozens of people every year. I have this comic book, X-Men #1.
Sure.
Never been touched. It's never been opened.
Never been
Brand
opened.
new, in the bag and board, perfect condition. Like they're talking like they're experts, and they don't realize you show how amateurish you essentially are in the hobby, in the comic field. So it's the same thing over and over again every year. I can't help but like look at them, smile, and nod my head, and be like, okay.
What I do.
Yeah.
I always say, did you get some value out of it? Did you enjoy it?
Right.
Did you get a chance to read?
That's the whole point.
Then I would say, okay, then it was worth it.
Yeah.
How's it going, G-Man?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Doing well, sir. Good. Doing well.
Cool.
Well, Tim, he's the one. Robert's the one that wants to see those Faust from you, but I know you can't get to those Faust books.
I can't get to them. They're somewhere in this room. I think they're down here in the corner on the bottom, and I've got like 16 boxes in the way right now to get to them.
Like Tim, like you've created your very own, like, what was it, Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Yeah.
Like, go through here, jump through here, pull this box, maybe you'll find.
My son's in the other room, and I always tell him I'm going in. If I don't come out within a couple hours, please call 911.
Put a big shout out to everybody in the chat, buddy.
Okay.
Right on. Hey, everybody. How's it
Comics on the
going?
Mind. Bake the Snakes in. Those comics is here. Those
Tom's
comics and reviews
Tom's comic
and
books and
reviews here. Yeah, we got people. We got a bunch of people, and then comics on the Mind. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, guys. Cool.
Thanks for being here, guys. Always happy to see you guys here.
I like his avatar. Comics on the Mind. I like his thing avatar. It's really cool.
Yeah, really cool guy too. We got to interview him yesterday. Really nice. I really enjoy him too. Yeah, so
I like that. Bake the Snake has mentioned that he finished Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it. Like I like the cover art. I was really intrigued by it. I saw another local comic book store kind of like promoting that, and I couldn't figure out which publisher that was.
Dark Horse.
So they responded. They said it was Dark Horse. So Dark
It's from
Horse
the, from the Black Hammer universe.
Huh?
It's from the Black Hammer universe.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And if you want to get their first appearance in a comic book, I suggest you get the Black Hammer Encyclopedia. It came out probably about 4 or 5 months ago. It was just a one-shot comic book, and they've never appeared in any of the other Black Hammer comics, but they did appear in that Black Hammer Encyclopedia, which basically was a DC Who's Who comic that just explains who everybody is in the universe.
That's
and everybody was kind of like, who are these two? And now they have their own series. So.
Do you remember what Marvel used to do back in the 90s when they had the gatefold? Like you'd open up the comic and they would have like all the characters listed. It would tell you what happened in the previous issue.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah. I missed that. That was going on when I first started getting into comic books and collecting. And I would read that and I would start learning about all these different characters. So I would
when I got it,
it'd be cool like every
was embossed covers. When I got in, it was embossed covers. That's when I got in. It was when all those embossed covers started coming out.
Yep, Dark Horse, Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire's putting out some of the best books out right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love the Dark Horse series. Dark Horse was one of my favorites growing up.
I thought I'd show Tim and Randall. I know they've never seen this art book before. Well, I think Tim's seen the art book already once.
Tim has seen everything.
Yeah, I don't think Randall's seen the art book. The Lady Death art book.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Which reminds me, we've got issue number 2 of the new Lady Death book comes out this week.
Oh yeah. Probably gonna be my pull box like always.
It will be.
Yeah. See, so some arts,
nice.
art terms. Yeah. So.
Just friggin'
Stephen Hughes. But like the red is nice because you can get them all to sign the red, like whoever's done the art book in here. So that's really cool.
That's what I'd work on. I'd work on collecting autographs on that book. That would be nice.
That's what I'm gonna end up doing to see who comes to MegaCon. See if any of these guys are at MegaCon.
You know, what'd be really cool is if they did a like a Lady Death art book, but for blind people. You just,
Here's the
Oh man,
Archer.
Okay.
that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Randall, you're a
Here's the
misogynist
Archer
pig.
cover. Yeah. Here's that art germ cover. Whoop. Let me make myself
Nice.
bigger. So people can see that art germ. Yep.
Just to
This is
get
the
back to you
Archer.
on that. Oh, that's pretty,
Yeah.
Jeff. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's that hard to get cover. That's that $800 book that's
Yeah.
out there right now.
Yeah. This is the closest I'm ever gonna get to it, man. This is the
Hey, you never
closest
know.
I'm
You
ever-
might get a random act of kindness.
I hope so. I will from Brian Polito. That's the only person that's gonna be able to get me one. Everybody else is not gonna want to part with theirs.
Hell, Jeff, you can get lucky and just buy a collection, and it just happens to be in the box.
Yeah,
Very true.
that would be
Very
nice.
true.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Or your good pal Tim will buy a collection. He'll find it. Be like, hey Jeff, I got you something really cool. $200.
Yeah, like he did these.
Yeah, there you go. You saw those? Yeah.
Pretty
Like
awesome.
he did that yesterday.
That's from that guy right there, right?
Yeah, it's from Tim.
Tim, that's pretty awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, they came in. Somebody just dropped them off and said, "Hey, I want to donate some books." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Very cool.
So I
Nice.
passed the value on to Jeff. He's longstanding customer. He spends enough money every once in a while. He deserves a A.O.K. or what we call a Christmas gift over a good old Nerd Out.
That's cool.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yeah.
They made a Virgin cover of that, didn't they? The one of the three.
This one.
That
Tim would
one.
know.
They,
Tim would know
yeah,
more than
they
I would.
did. It was an after. Yeah,
Okay.
it was many, many years later if they did it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the speculation. This is the
Yeah.
one reason why I don't like spec things. The reason why I don't like speculation is the fact that I can't go into a comic book store anymore and get the books that I want because everybody else has their key collector out.
Yeah. Talking about speculation.
Who's that?
That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that damn key collector app.
Barbara.
Yeah, these kids come in with their key collector app and they're looking for Spider-Gwen comic books, and they're looking for all the variant covers.
You have to give it to the key collector app because the prices are actually lower than what they are.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're never on that. Never what the price is.
Yeah, they're as
but-
much as they want to try to be on
this
the
one-
edge, you can't be really on the edge of this. This is the market is what it is. People sell books for whatever they're going to sell them for, just to get them out of their store. I've sold expensive books at discount prices because Glenn just simply tells me, just get it out. I'm tired of looking at it. Get it out of the store and I'll sell it. And it goes. And believe it or not, 5 days later, somebody comes in and they bring us another copy. And we're like, son of a bitch, this place is haunted.
That's funny.
Yeah, like this one here, man. Like this one over here, always. It was at $30 when you first got it. Now it's up to like $200 here.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
well,
been
that was-
rolling.
Yeah, I love
That
it.
one, yeah.
Beautiful cover.
Mhm. Yep. Oh hell, see, closer.
No, that's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yep.
That's the breast cancer awareness cover, right?
That's the
beautiful.
second breast cancer awareness cover.
She's
Because
checking
this is
for
the
lumps.
second one he did like this.
Golden slab. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, but this is the second one he did like this. This is the second cover, but the other one was not a virgin. This
Right.
is the virgin cover. He did that one. Like a bunch of them are like, yeah, man. Spec. I like spec and I dislike spec at the same time. So
Exactly. Big.
So we all-
remember when females would dress like that? There you go.
hold on.
Oh, got too much light. There you go.
Hold on.
cool. It's
That's
cool.
pretty odd. But I think George Perez's Scarlet Witch still takes the cake. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
You know what's
Oh,
great?
yeah.
You know what's great though? Like, even though like you said that, isn't it great that they used to dress like that? The guy in the background, there are still guys that look like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's early Cologne art. This is an early speculator. I love picking up these 9.6s that have been reslabbed. They're in beautiful new cases, and you get them for the price of a CGC book. I got this book for $35 plus tax. Is it worth $35? No, the CGC is worth $35, but it's the first full appearance. First book of Amethyst, and I got some speculation on it because I think she's getting her own book with Amy Reeder. Again, she's getting another series, and there's a possibility you're going to start seeing her pop up in other sources of media like TV, and it's gonna pop. You watch, and you might want to grab that first appearance as well in that Legion of Superheroes, I believe it is. It's either Legion of Superheroes or Teen Titans. It's one of those.
Come on,
One of
Tim, we
those
can do
free.
better than that. Use the
16
Keep
page
Collector
insert.
app and find out.
Yeah, post it up.
Yeah, it's got to be too much in the spec game. Man, look at this. There's 5 of us here. Wow, I'm so excited.
It's morphin' time.
I say,
I'll be
like
the Blue Ranger.
Or it's like Voltron. Yeah.
That's right. You want to have some fun?
Let's go,
Watch this.
Voltron.
Everybody lean to their left. Lean to your right. Lean to your left.
Oh boy.
Come on, Rangers, let's get him.
Too funny.
Mm-hmm. And then
Carl,
the
you
Adam
know-
Hughes Lady Death. Yep. And
death.
Blow it up, buddy.
yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Should that,
What are you showing off?
this idea just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Should there be like a
Hello.
male version of Lady Death? Would he be known as
Yep.
Lord Death?
Lord Death would be
Is that Adam Hughes?
I dig that.
Yeah, Adam Hughes.
Oh,
9-4
wow.
Adam Hughes, signed by Adam Hughes too.
Really Death.
Yeah. And trading card too. There goes with it. Yep. Adam Hughes Lady Death, foil edition. So yep. That's one. Everybody seen the Star Wars movie, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna see your Adam Hughes. And I'm gonna throw that at you.
Ooh,
Hold on.
that evil Ernie.
Hold on.
nice. There you go.
Yeah, and he knows I'm looking for one too.
I was gonna say, he usually creeps
That's
me
the
out.
one
That's awesome.
That's the one that pissed me off.
Yeah,
Why did it make you so mad?
CGC damaged my book.
because
Oh,
yeah,
one of those nightmare stories.
yeah, it was supposed to be a 9-8.
Yeah.
Right.
It was
All right,
supposed to be a
Randy.
9-8.
Came back a
It came
different
back
book.
a 9-9-0.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to top that.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Of course.
Oh boy.
The Matrix comic.
Oh.
Oh, that just came out.
Yep.
This is what funny.
There is no spoon.
Hey man, didn't I order that from you? Stop messing with my book.
You know but
Hold on. Robert's gonna.
I love the Matrix. I'm excited they're making another film, and I actually have the original comics, the graphic novel when it came out back
All right, on.
when the second film came out, and they re-released this. What's cool about this one is that they re-released it with additional stories.
Mhm.
So I look forward to like reading through all of it. There's so many people that worked on that book that I'm going to try to like gather as many signatures as I can on that book. It came with 2 covers. I thought it was 2 separate books. Turned out it was the same book, different covers. So I made a boo boo.
Oh,
Yep, here
did the
comes
comic man
Robert.
up there have
Let's see
did he
what
have a
Robert-
book up?
Oh,
Gavin, what'd you have up?
yeah.
This one.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
That's-
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful cover.
Newman
Look at that.
Medusa.
The artist on that.
The artist,
Man,
one,
Was that Joe Mad that did the art on that?
Chris, yes. Joe Man. Yeah.
that's what I call some 80s hair.
Yeah, I love it. And then the most recent one was I loves Trek, and I was really happy with it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Gotta show a little male love here too, not all the females. So
I mean,
Why is Professor X on that book?
I'm guessing you're preparing for that new Picard series.
oh, I want.
yeah, he's excited for a new Star Trek series.
I'm hoping. Hope for the best.
I want to thank
So-
Thorough again. Thorough's in the chat. So
Yo,
thank you,
brother.
Thorough. So this is what Thorough A.O.K.'d me for Christmas.
Yeah. Cool.
So I want to thank him personally. I thanked him
they-
twice
they
already.
want me to.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys are lazy bums out there, and you guys A-OK each other, and you're always shopping elsewhere. But sometimes old guys like me, we just hit the concrete and start traveling to comic shops. And in between comic shops, we make little stops at Walmart, and we check out Walmarts that are off the beaten path.
Dude,
And even though I just got this day before yesterday, this has been sold out for like about 2 weeks now, and I happen to come across 2 very minty copies.
Nice.
Oh wait, Robert got one too. Robert got one.
The comic book
Yeah.
stores are going to get the same book, but different cover, correct?
Woo. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
got an all new. There you go, my friend. Yeah.
Robert got
I flipped 3 of them to people that wanted these. I had buddies at my work that wanted this book. I flipped.
Right on.
Bought 4, kept them, and I flipped the other 3 for $20 a piece.
holy shit.
Nice.
There you go.
Pay me $20. I said, "Are you sure? It's not worth $20. It's $5." No,
Yeah.
no, here,
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
Well,
Yeah, they're hot.
They're
They're on
teaching
fire right now. If you happen to find one of those detectives, boy.
It's too bad that I hate Walmart.
Big.
yeah.
I'm trying to find a comic at Walmart. They're damaged to hell.
Yeah, it's always screwed up. Always.
Yeah.
I don't think
These
this whole
were-
entire year I've set
These
foot
were
into a
fresh
Walmart. yet.
images. You haven't stepped foot into a Walmart yet?
This whole entire year, yeah, not yet.
Seriously? What do you do? Where do you
I go
shop?
to Target. I go to Target.
Target. Because he doesn't like he worked for the Walmart subsidiary Sam's Club. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Do you want, well, since Barbara's here and she hasn't seen this yet, I'll show this off.
That is
So
pretty
I'll show this off. Yep. Yep. See? Art. So Stephen Hughes. Yeah. See?
Oh shit, that one. It's
Uh-huh.
perfect.
Yep.
I mean, but can you
Yeah,
really go wrong with Lady Death?
Yep. Lady Death, and then some more.
I love that one with the pumpkin.
I wonder if they'll ever like
Pumpkin.
give her a haircut.
Hold on, I'll find one that has a haircut in it. That they
Oh,
actually do a different haircut. Well, kind of a different hair. It's not really a haircut, but I wish they
Should
did.
they
It
do
would
like
be kinda
Lady
funny.
Death, like in different different themes, like different
There's
like
a
Lady
different
Death in
theme.
the '60s, Lady Death in the '70s.
Lady Death, and then
Zombie Tramp.
yeah, and then the Art Gym one. Here's the Art Gym one right next to it. The expensive cover, the $800 cover.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah.
own that print in a heartbeat.
Yeah. That, then
Recent Capella.
there's a bunch. Yeah, see? A bunch of artists. Even Adam Hughes is even in here. I just gotta find it.
Just put up the
Yep.
stars set on the bottom of the step there. That's awesome. I feel the same way. I feel the same
Yeah.
way, Carl. Yo, that's great. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did anyone pick up anything for this week?
I did.
He always does.
Every week. Every Tuesday.
Hold on. Let's see what Tim picked up this week. He
Ooh.
always picks up something
Turn
nice.
it downward. Downward, buddy. Like, turn it downward.
Down a little. Turn it down. I think he froze.
And
Yeah. So
Definitely.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Give it one second.
Comic God struck Tim again.
Star Wars number
there you
2.
go. There you go. There you go.
First appearance of Han Solo and Chewbacca in comic book. Everybody thinks it's the first issue, but it's not. It's actually
Nice.
the first full story.
What's Randall got to show off today?
Oh. I showed you guys earlier, but we weren't live when we were doing it. So I'll show off real quick, of course. For everyone.
Heard of the good read.
Oh, no.
Definitely. I have.
Yeah, this is the premiere variant. So premiere variants are usually 2 copies per store. And then this is the party variant. I think this is 1 per store.
Okay.
Party variant.
Party
Yeah,
variant.
party down.
That's pretty sweet.
I have to say, I'm really impressed with Jesus Saya's his art in the new Star Wars.
I like
Yeah.
the premiere variant. That's pretty sick.
So premiere 2.
But then again, I would definitely have to go with Jen Bartel's variant.
Hold on.
And then this Phil Noto is actually pretty funny.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I got.
Randall, did you get any sketch covers?
Huh?
Did you get any sketch covers for Star Wars?
Sketch covers. Like this one?
Nope. The white blank covers.
Oh, you mean the blank covers? Yes, of course.
Where are they?
They're in the box with all the other blanks.
You need to check them.
Why? What's up?
Caught a little something that Comic Tom didn't caught on. Would you like to see?
Yeah.
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 Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, put me on pause or whatever you got to do.
That's my most
We
recent.
got you. Don't worry.
It would have been so funny. Like Tim's like,
Hold on.
I'll be right back, and you just see him climbing the shelves like Spider-Man.
And then if you
Steve's in the chat. What's up,
I know
Steve?
Steve.
My buddy Steve is in the
Yeah,
chat.
G-Man.
Steve waiting.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Poor man Mike is here.
Four Mike's here. What's up?
Jeff, show off because I couldn't see G-Man's comic.
I also have something that we're
Hold on.
I'm gonna say what variant of Star
Give me
Wars.
one second.
Zoom in on that, Jeff. There
I
you go.
am. I'm doing that right now.
Oh, that was awesome.
and then for Barbara, I know she's a big fan of this, right?
Yeah.
Gwen Benson.
Of the 2015 Gwen Stacy variant? Yeah, I actually don't have that one.
2017.
Was it 2017 that
20.
when it came out? I thought it was 2015.
It says retailer summit.
Oh,
Yeah.
the retailer summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
love it.
That's right, because what's his name? The artist, he's working with Marvel now.
You're the
Ryan
invincible
Otley.
artist. Yep. Yeah, Ryan Otley's working for him now. And then we got this one to show off to her too. I know. I'm taking it off of you.
I am
Yeah.
still dying for that one.
Yeah,
That is like my ultimate holy grail.
pretty much. I
I
know.
mean, I'm a completionist.
That's her holy grail.
Spider Gwen.
Yeah.
So
That's you would.
All right, my turn, Jeff.
That you would like to see it. Your turn.
Yeah.
You're
Got a couple more.
you're Superman 123, right?
Yeah. I like supporting these. I think these are great. This is the Diana, Princess of the Amazons. I like that DC is basically making books, graphic novels for like kids and teens.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
these.
they've been doing that with Harley Quinn and then Raven as well.
Oh yeah, so every one of these graphic novels, I've bought one of each since they've been coming out with it to kind of just support it. When I make time to finally read them. This looks pretty cool. This is adapted by Louise Simonson.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman Warbringer.
I saw the Batman one before. I saw the Superman one before too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool. I mean, I think this is the future right here for the younger generation to really get into comics. Hopefully that segues them into getting single issues. I don't know. It seems like a lot of newer readers now are kind of just shifting towards graphic novels because I mean it's just easier to read stories that way.
Read what Steve got to say to you, Randall.
Yeah.
What does he say? Look at your Star Wars blank to see if it has Thor 1. I don't know what that means.
Hold on. Wait until
Still waiting for Tim to show up.
Tim to get back. Yeah, Tim to get back to show us. So we'll find out.
So Barbara, I have a
Barbara
question.
had something to show off.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Barbara had a variant to show off.
Magazine Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Ended up reading that one.
Reading which one?
The magazine one that just came out, the Wonder Woman.
Oh, the Dead
the
Earth, I think, or
Yeah,
the Black Label one, right?
the Black Label one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
They refer to that as Prestige Plus, which is basically
Like
a magazine format, but they want to sound all fancy and nice. Oh, there's Tim. Yeah,
there's
everything DC Black Label I try to pick up because I love those stories. They're just fun to read and they're not tied in necessarily. Most of them aren't tied into any kind of continuity, so they're free to read.
All right, and he's back, so we can find out now. So what's this? Thing?
This is a Comic Tim exclusive, dropping the bomb.
I'm curious.
Beating out Comic Tom and all those who came before. Here we have.
I'm going to see this.
The beautiful white cover.
Yeah, what's
For
bugging me?
Star Wars.
Oh my God.
It's Star Wars
Oh my God.
and Thor.
An error printing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Yeah.
We've got Thor. Sand Soapbox. And then it starts with Star Wars.
What?
Wow.
So there are errors in this comic where the first 2 pages plus the cover is Thor.
That's
So was that in the store, in one of the stores you worked at? You found it, or was it you had to go hunt for it?
Nope, this was a Nerd Out.
Okay.
So you might want to look at your blank variants.
Comics and stuff in the
Randall,
game.
you might want to
I'm not
look
sure if
through.
they were all that way. I'm not sure. Can't tell you if it affected all of them, but you should check yours, Randall, and see if they are.
Okay, I will.
Because if that's a one-off, we got 3 of them, and all 3 of them had that same defect.
Yeah.
So I took one home with me. I let the other ones sell off the rack.
lurkers in the house.
Yeah. It's always neat to see.
I know, variants like that are very rare.
Oh, I know. Like, I mean, it's always interesting to see like error comics, error issues.
Yeah.
Perry's in the house.
So
The
this is
lurker.
really cool. Keep your eye out. There's Perry. Perry's checking his white cover right now as we speak.
Wait, is it true that is it still the standard? They usually make about 150,000 copies of one book.
it depends on the order. Depends on what sometimes there's an estimated order. Star Wars #1 probably had, I'm going to guess, probably had up to probably 180,000 copies printed.
Right.
I would guess.
This new #1.
And so, how many of those
The new #1?
centers
Yeah.
that they talk about are out there floating around?
Well, I know a lot of people didn't order these white covers. I know we got 3. Most stores order about 2 to 3 copies per store. You do the math, and there's about 2,000 stores nationwide. So you've got about 6,000 copies of that floating around. And how many of those were the error?
So what you're saying is go back onto Diamond and order like maybe 100 more blank covers, and then
You
see.
can try. You can gamble. You can
Test my luck.
For all you know, that they could have missed that completely, and there was an overlap. For all you know, there's a Thor cover out there. There's a Thor blank cover that has the first 2 pages of Star Wars.
You never know.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, but it would make sense at the printer. If you know how a printer runs and operates, then you know how they switch out their templates. You know how they switch out when pages get cut and bound together. It's all different processes. They go from print to bound to cut, and usually there's quality control there that cuts it.
Yeah.
I have this imagination right now where there's like a Canadian clone of Tim working at the printers. And he's like, I'm going to create the variant there.
Yeah, so
The story edition.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've gotten into the habit of checking sketch covers from now on because of the debacle that happened with what was it, Venom, where there was an actual somebody had drew a sketch.
Yeah, it was Mark Bagley.
Yeah. I remember that. Everyone was searching for it like crazy.
Yeah, so now I've got into the habit to check the interior covers of all the white covered books, and I just happen to stumble across this misprint.
Nice.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the heads up.
Yeah.
With my
About a
luck,
month from now, you're going to see it on Comic Tom, where they're going to go, we've got some gold for you.
So that means all of us on the panel get 1 copy, right?
Right, sure. I can hunt it down for you.
Well, Randall probably got some box of them.
I can see Tim like dressed like Indiana Jones, with, like scarf, going store to store, looking through all the blank variants. This belongs in the museum.
That's what I do. Hey, this belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
By the way, are they ever gonna do like a remake of Indiana Jones comics? Because I'm looking forward to that.
What was it? Dark Horse did some Indiana Jones comics before Dark Horse, of course. Marvel did it.
Yeah.
It would be cool. I mean, technically, Marvel has the rights to do Indiana Jones comics again, but they're just more focused on Star Wars. Oh, you know what they should do? A Willow comic book.
I have actual Willow comic books. They did come out.
It would probably be me. I'd probably be playing the theme. I have it on my iPod.
Yes, sir. I love all the indie books. I got all the indie books. Indiana Jones, that is.
I get the joke now. Indie.
Thank you, poor Mike.
Holy crap. Barbara from the comic shop. Yes, poor Mike. Settle down.
With our powers combined.
Charles is asking a question. He's asking what everybody's reading on the panel tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Barbara, fist bump. Fist bump. Fist bump.
Hey. No fisting in this. No fisting in this.
Oh, boy.
Not the other way. It's the other way.
Hey, I run it. Rando's just a guest. You guys
It's
can
true.
piss all you guys want.
Jeff's like, no, let the
Oh, this
keep fisting.
got done going through.
Pulls
This,
out like a Vampirella
What you got
comic.
there? What you got there? Oh, you got the
Just
ghosts.
singing
That's a
the
nice one too.
this one was actually really good. I enjoyed this thorough. I thought this was awesome read.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've been
love
picking
it.
up all the
That looks
all the
awesome.
DC Giants, the ones that are available for comic stores to order. I've been picking all those up.
That I really enjoyed thorough. So that's the currently
Yeah.
what I've read.
Errol's asking, so I'm gonna show him what I've been
Very,
enjoying.
very happy with it.
I've been really enjoying this one.
It has the Spectre, has the Gentleman Ghost, it has John Constantine, Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, and Dead Man, which I really like. Katina and Black Lightning, Green Lantern, and Zatanna, all in the same book, which is
Nice.
Really, so it keeps it really cool. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I really, when I seen that, I grabbed it right away because that's right up my alley. I love ghosts and scary.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Skull to
I grabbed that one. I got the Scooby Doo one that came out. That was nice.
Yeah,
Nope.
Scooby Doo one.
That's cool.
What? People are really losing their minds over the Scooby Doo stuff. I can't believe it. The last couple of months, it's unreal. Had a couple
I've
people-
always been a big Scooby fan.
So was I. I grew up on that. Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
I really enjoyed like when they did the prequel series, the pup named Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Scrappy, dude.
Yeah.
Scrappy?
Scrappy. He was the smart one.
Oh man, they should make a T-shirt where it says "Puppy Power." He was
Yeah.
always known as a puppy.
Puppy power.
I'm loving that Jennifer Harley Insanity, right?
Yeah,
Criminal
Yeah.
Insanity.
Criminal Insanity. I've been really enjoying it. I've been really liking it. It's been a really good read. So
So it's definitely not
What?
hot garbage, right?
no, it's not hot garbage. And the phrase actually came from "Keep It Thorough." That's who it came from. The hot garbage thing came from the
Right.
actually came from Thorough.
Chat.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's from Thorough. I like it, so I kind of
Books.
I kind of took it. Well, I really enjoyed this Thorough. Really enjoyed the read. I really enjoyed how they have a different take on Harley and Joker and everything. The funny thing is, the Joker in here actually looks like the consultant that actually consults with the book. So that's pretty funny. So I thought that was
Nice.
pretty cool.
Oh, did they make Ed look like the Joker?
Hold on. Yeah, I'll show you right now. Tell me that doesn't look like Ed.
It doesn't look like that.
It's frozen. I
It's
can't
all
see.
It's all blurry.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit. You have the short hair. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Punk rock attitude.
Yeah.
Sure.
The work in that book is just
Yeah.
smoke and fire.
It's
Why is the crow in that story?
It's
I'm just
Miko
sad
Suyan. Actually, this is the Miko Suyan panels. These are the Miko Suyan panels, and then the color panels are all Mike Mayhew. Every color panel is Mike Mayhew. So all these
nice.
panels are Mayhew. So all these panels are Mike Mayhew. So
holy shit.
I've been
yeah.
really enjoying the story. So yeah, it's Mayhew.
Well, Mike got removed from the book.
He did. Oh,
Yeah, that's
That's bad.
that's what I've been told. Mike got removed from the book. Yeah, there's been some issues
Yeah.
with him creatively, and they made an announcement, I think. But yeah, he was removed from the book.
Getting a notification on a book that I've been looking at. The Witcher.
Yeah.
I really like The Witcher. Not a lot of people are liking the show, but I think the
Yep.
show is.
What? Seriously?
I like it.
I think the show is great.
I haven't heard a lot of complaints on the show. Majority has all been
The whole panel here likes it. So
Some of my friends do not like it at all. I love it. I think it's great.
I love it. I like it.
My sister who played the video game and my twin who doesn't watch any of that crap loves it.
Yeah. Oh, I played the hell out of that game. I love that game. Love that game.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
really,
I'm a Henry Cavill fan, so
really
Thor
cool
is,
to see it coming into its own.
Not well deserved.
they said it's like what the second highest watched television series on Netflix.
Yeah, I love it.
It was
What's
the
the first
first
one?
for a while.
I just got done watching. I was very disappointed with the ending. If they make a second season, it's going to be up in the air for me. the new Dracula story. It was only 3
Yeah,
episodes.
that's from the
Oh,
BBC,
yeah.
right?
I
BBC
just
series.
watched it. I really love the way they did the story with the nuns. That was interesting. Very, very interesting.
I'm planning to get Netflix in February again, so
Yeah,
there's so many shows I have to check out when I get Netflix again because I got The Witcher, I got Lost in Space season 2,
Oh yeah,
the Dracula show.
I've been.
But the main reason I'm getting Netflix in February is for Lock and Key.
Yep. I just got done watching the Lost in
One
Space
of my favorite.
second season. It
Oh,
wasn't as good as the first.
actually that good?
What you think?
So
I feel like there's like 3 conversations going on
I
at the
think
same time.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Lost in Space though.
Go ahead, Robert.
Oh yeah, Lost in Space is great. But I haven't watched season 2 yet. But I'm hearing season 2 is better than the first season, so that's great.
Okay.
I think the first season is better than the second. That's my opinion.
Oh, okay. People have told me like they feel like it has sort of like a Fantastic Four feel because it's the family. Even though technically Lost in Space came out before.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that growing up as a kid, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like it's. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Tim, you should show off your cool Lost in Space stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take it off the wall and maneuver through there and show us the cool stuff you got.
When I get another room cleared out, I'm gonna have my own little studio. So
Okay.
back when that happens, you'll be able to see the stuff behind me instead of me having to broadcast in this tiny little room.
Nice. It's like summer
That's cool.
2022.
Yeah, hopefully it's coming. Summer of 2020.
Not 2022. Hey, babe, Downright Nerdy Podcast. What's up, man?
Poor mom.
Mm-hmm. Go poor Mike, and then Downright Nerdy's in, and Downright Nerdy's here too. So what's up, guys?
I think is it next week or the week after? They're wrapping up the Crisis on Infinite Earths, the CW.
Next week.
Next week.
Or yeah.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, next week.
I can't wait. 2 episodes left.
Yeah, me too.
Man, that crossover, like that last episode when we see actually episode 2 and episode 3, because to see Brandon Routh as a Kingdom Come Superman, I loved it. So cool.
This is a new acquisition. Just got this in the mail the other day.
No, that's a good book.
For a second there, I thought it said poop.
That they put it on.
Me too. Ooh, hell yeah.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Nice.
First appearance of X-51, which is Machine Man. Jack Kirby cover. Beautiful piece. It doesn't present as a 9.4. It presents higher. I don't know why this is a 9.4. I've compared this to other 9.4 books that I have, and this one is just immaculately spotless. I like getting lower grade books because you can get them for cheaper. They're graded, so we already know that it's going to be a 9.4. So even if I send this to CGC, have them press it through their own people, it might come back a 9.6. And let it sit again for a while, and then maybe press it and do something to it again. Maybe it'll come back a 9.8. So keep climbing up the ladder with the same book. I know it sounds silly, but yeah, if you ever watch the market, you'll see that 9.8 books, they're always going for a premium. And if something really comes down, you'll see like Moon Knight, you start to see $200, $300 on a 9.8 for number 1 of the original series. And now you're starting to see those 9.6s go for, they used to be going for $60, $70. Now they're going for $150, $180. They're going up in price. So I like hitting those 9.6s when they're low. This one was a 9.4. This one already, a 9.8 of this book is already going for, I think, $800.
Wow, really?
So, yeah. So that was a little bit out of my price range.
So do you think that Disney's going to make a 2001 Space Odyssey movie?
What's that?
It won't be the same because it won't be the same director.
Exactly.
Yeah, won't be the same director. Yeah, no Kubrick involved.
I love the original.
They'll get Taika Waititi to do it. It'll be a comedy. He'll voice the robot.
By the way, really quick, Jeff, I just want to shout out to Downright Nerdy Podcast. I want
Right on.
the reason why is because this book was sent from him.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Downright, buddy, Michael, this was awesome. Thank you so much, buddy. And to top that off, because I don't know if he watched it. Him and I did a couple episodes together about Star Trek Next Generation. So it was really cool. It was really cool. He even sent me 2 laser discs, you guys, in the actual case from the motion picture. It was so cool.
I would love to get like a laser disc of the Richard Donner Superman film.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You sent them a plate. You sent them a gold plate. They didn't sent them a gold in it.
I sent them a 14 karat gold plate of Picard. Had Picard inside of it, and then I gave him. This is a funny story. So I sent him I think it was like 1971 or 72. It was Gold Key Comics Star Trek, and it was the one with the Cyclops with the eye. I had it in really nice condition, pressed it to put in a box, and I put it right in front of the plate in front of the styrofoam and put a cardboard on it so it wouldn't jiggle around in the box when you got it. Sent a priority to California. I watched his show on the rewind 4 hours later when I got home from work, and I'm watching him open this, and he's teasing the plate, and he's going, "Oh, let's put it up here." And his wife is like, "No, it's gonna fall over." And then he puts it up here. Is this okay? He's putting it all over the place. I'm like, "Holy shit! I hope he doesn't break that." And then I'm like, "Wait, the box," and he threw it away, and didn't even see the comic book. I couldn't respond, and I'm responding. I'm like, "Dude, where is it? Where is it?" He's like, "Oh, I threw it away," and he gets a hold of me like 5 hours later. "Brother, I got it. I found it. I'm like, Michael, but I had to tell that story. You're awesome.
Yeah. The big joke of it, the whole thing was me, Steve, Ali. I told him not to eat off that plate. It's 14 karat gold.
He ate off it?
No, we were teasing.
No, we told him not to. Yeah, we were teasing him, told him not to eat off that plate because it's 14 karat gold.
So, Barbara,
I had a lot of people ask me,
yes,
what do I store? What do I store my graded comics in? I like to get these 2 mil Mylars.
He didn't see that coming.
And
that's when you know that Tim is rich.
Mylar comics, right?
No, not that I'm rich. It's just that
only rich people do that.
Oh, it makes total sense. Absolutely. Why not? If you already invested in the book,
I take care of the nice ones. When they're nice, I take care of them.
Why do you put everything in Mylar?
Yes, I'm bagging and boarding. I'm bagging and boarding while I'm on a show talking. I should be on the show talking and entertaining people because I'm an entertainer. But I'm sitting here and I'm bagging and boarding in front of you guys. Right? Because I have no freaking time. I've got no freaking time to do anything. Excellent.
So, Barbara, getting back to I'm trying to ask you this question. You work at a comic book store, right?
I work at 2 comic stores.
I'm asking
Barbara does too.
Yeah. Tim's middle name is Barbara.
I want to ask Barbara. She works at a comic book store. How long have you been working at a comic book store?
Oh man, how long have you been working at comics and stuff?
Yeah.
What,
5 months, 6 months?
now? 6 or 7? Yeah, I would say 6 or 7 months now.
So how is the experience? And what is the best experience you actually get out of working at a comic book store?
Oh man, just chit-chatting with the people.
Jeff coming in and just talking about Vampirella and Lady.
I wish I would come in when I work.
Yeah.
But no, just literally chit-chatting with people.
Yeah.
And, learning about the business. I learned so much from comics and stuff. It's insane.
Right.
And I hope to learn more, especially if Tim ever shows up.
That'd be cool.
I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy watching Tim use his fancy Mylars there. His rich man Mylars.
You get to meet people like Matt Geronimo.
John, I got to check out your Lost thing today with Ryan. It was actually pretty entertaining, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Well, thanks.
Yep. Been live for 24 hours.
So, Barbara, out of your personal collection, how long have you been collecting?
Probably when Spider-Gwen became a thing.
What's that?
Probably when Spider-Gwen became a thing.
Cool.
2014, 2015, I started really collecting.
So, is your favorite Spider-Gwen?
What gave it away? No, but it's definitely evolved throughout the years. I've gotten into a lot of that's how me and Jeff met. He's a huge Vampirella fan. I'm a huge Vampirella fan.
Very cool. Very cool.
Gotten way more into indie. That's for damn sure.
Nice. Take it away. Love it. I hate Scotch tape. I don't know how you can use Scotch tape. Oh man.
How can I use Scotch tape? This is a Scotch tape container. This is archival tape from Michaels.
I hate Scotch tape with a passion.
It's not Scotch tape. It's archival tape. It's archival tape.
This is a Scotch tape dispenser. Again, this is archival tape that they use for framing. So when you frame stuff and you get taped stuff inside of a frame, it's archival tape.
Gotcha.
It's acid free.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And when you put it on the book, you can't even see it. Do you see how practically invisible it becomes?
Hold on, Tim. Let me bring you up so you can show people.
Put Carl's thing up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
It becomes virtually impossible to see.
Wow, it is.
That is awesome.
See?
It is actually cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Very clear.
Yeah.
So it displays well, and you don't see that Scotch tape. It's an invisible. It's literally invisible. I mean, if you pull it off, you can barely see it.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
That's nice to know. I never knew that.
That is nice to know.
Yeah.
I thought
Something new all the time. See?
it was
Always
for
learning.
really get stuck to
I
it.
don't care.
I don't care.
Barbara's got a question.
Yes. Barbara.
Barbara, you got a question. Bill got a question for you.
I mean, so the reason why I really love Spider-Man is because she did turn out to be an anti-hero at first. Like, she really used her powers to her advantage, and you know, like as a hero, you don't do that. But then she slowly learned to understand that is what you do as a hero, and I feel like that was way more realistic. Like, I'm a superhero, I do what's good, and like, let's be real, that's not really human. You're gonna be selfish, you're gonna do what you want, but if you're a good person, you're gonna understand what's good in the world, and you're gonna do what's good at the end of the day.
I like that analogy. That was perfect. Wonderfully said.
Yeah. There's a strong female
So I
character.
guess
out
I'm
there.
in vessel tape now.
What's that?
I'm curious. When you take the tape off, does it come off smoothly?
I dare you to put that on your comic and tell me that it's not gonna
That's what I want to know. That's what I hate. That's why I hate Scotch tape. Oh my god.
Usually, once I tape something, it gets fresh bag on. So usually, I'm very picky about that.
Jane Foster is awesome, and I would agree.
I'm a little anal about things like that.
Yeah, I am too. Like,
what does that say? Tim is what? Put that back up, Randall. Tim is playing with himself.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It honestly
Sorry.
looks like you're playing with yourself.
No, you're good.
You're looking like
Oh,
right
yeah.
down.
Oh, Where's? Oh, what?
Bring up.
They can do it like
now
this.
it's bringing up Randall. It's delaying. Hold on. Let me take it off of Randall again.
I don't know why'd you even put it on me.
No,
Because you're a
but I was
sexy
trying to
beast,
click
Randall.
Huh?
You're a sexy beast.
Ah, you're too kind.
now it's
I like comic books.
That sounded like a slurping noise.
yeah.
I like comic books. Comic books. Well, these have been stacking up behind me from past shows. I need to clean this area up so I can actually come in here and enjoy the show without having to climb over everything.
And actually sit down. Yeah, and actually sit down.
No, your background really looks like my dream closet.
Yeah, this is a 15 by 18 or 15 by 17 room, and it's packed to the hilt. Literally, it's all the way to the ceiling, all the way over there, and all the way over here. It's all just
Put in toes
super packed.
bottom, bud.
Yeah.
Perfect. Who was clothes in your color?
Yeah.
Wait till you see this, Barbara. Wait till you see this.
Hold on.
This is pretty good.
Trying to bring it up. It's driving me nuts right now. It won't. Yeah, there we go.
40-second delay, and I hate that too.
Yeah. Damn it! I did it again. Hold on. There we go. No, I hit it on the. That's why the 30-minute delay, like you said.
There it is.
Damn it! Hold on.
There it is. There it is, Barbara. That's very cool.
Okay.
I love being called that girl.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Thero's favorite characters are all Batman characters, so that's a compliment from Thero for sure.
Batman's right up his alley, big time.
Yep.
And his wife loved Harlequin. Anything Harlequin.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta ask G-Man.
Man.
What's that?
I gotta ask G-Man, what is your origin story? How did you get into comic books?
I'll show you. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk, guys. We'll get it.
Okay. He's here. He'll tell you his origin story. That you want his origin story, and Tim got the origin story too.
I'm gonna say I've never heard Tim's origin story.
Well,
it was the year and he was first born, and he walked into a store.
Let Tim tell us.
Yeah, hold on. We'll put it on Robert when Robert gets back.
Okay.
But what's
I got the music going on over here. I don't know about you guys, but this is the party spot right here. This is where everybody should be right here.
DJ Tim.
Alfred, bring me a drink.
And then, like, step away and then step back in with like glow sticks.
So okay, here's Robert. So what's your origin story, Robert? They want to know.
It's also pretty cool at the same time, because when I was like 12 years old, I got introduced to Silver Surfer. It was one of my first comic books I ever read. And this book is really sentimental to me because it was from one of my uncles, and I had it slabbed, and it came back in 9/4. That's how well. That's how well. And this is one of the first books I read, and it got me into comic books ever since then. And Nolan Rad, I love Nolan Rad because, especially his origin story and everything, and it just there's a lot. I don't want to go scroll on you, but that's how I got introduced to comic books. I'm trying to stay on track, but
you're on track.
This book here, big time, and I've kept it in my collection ever since then, and my collection has grown ever since then. I am like 54 now, and my collection, I'm up to like probably 80 short boxes, and I still got I still got long boxes sitting in my hallways, driving my wife nuts. It took me 8 months to reorganize most of it. So it's like, I love this guy. And
So
cool,
it's safe to say that you're a Silver Surfer.
well, obviously. This is all art from community members.
Nice.
Buddies,
That's awesome.
one of my buddies here, this is the art chemist. He did a splash page of this. I'm also a big. That's all right.
Nah, I did the wrong picture again.
It's okay, buddy.
Hold on.
Okay. No, you're good, bud.
I got.
I think Jeff Wong
I thought
made
it
a
was
random
You're okay.
Yeah.
This one here was done by the art chemist. I've commissioned him and Jim Boatwright at the same time to do another character that I really like, and nobody really likes him. I love vampires. Anything vampire, I'm all for it. And just an example, I sent out 4 of these.
Ooh.
I sent out 4 of these blanks, 2 each one of them, and I want their interpretation of Morbius, not their own interpretation, because I enjoy an artist's perspective of certain things. Because everybody's got their own twist on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty passionate about it. I also have a huge Golden Age collection. I've been collecting Golden Age books, so my collecting habits kind of changed throughout the years. And one of my biggest passions is like stuff like this. And this is from 1953. And
Mysterious Adventures, beautiful.
1953.
You're next.
I love this story. This particular book, it's about this guy right here, and he finds his wife cheating on him and burns him alive in an incinerator. It's a little harsh for back then, but this is before the criminal code. And the other thing is, going on the same genre with these. What's cool about these particular Golden Age books, like this one here, it has 8 different stories in it. Some of them are 1 page, some of them have 5 pages. But it's a complete book, and it's awesome, and I love the nostalgia. This is from 1951. And these books are, we talk about all of our modern and all the new collecting ages of stuff. Yes, my brother right there. Get him in here.
Yeah. Comics on the mind. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm going squirrel. So
hold on.
There's my origin story in a short thing. Sorry, guys.
So since you're a Silver Surfer fan, I have to know, did you watch the animated series from the 90s?
Yes, and by the way, I got a story for you on that one. Hello. Oh, this is Dee, my wife, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, buddy.
There. All right, cool.
Bring the camera down a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, we got you.
Turn it down now.
Cut off. Bring it down just a little bit.
I think it's perfect.
No, it's not.
Bring the camera.
It's like you're peeking.
Levels are down. Is that better?
A little more.
Better?
Bring the camera down just a little more. Bring it down. So we
Make it look like you have like binoculars.
A little more.
Is that better?
A little more.
Point the camera down.
Oh, my camera. Sorry. Where's it?
No, a little more.
Your face. There you go. Bring it up.
Camera.
There you go, brother. There you go.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
There we go.
So,
There's my beard and all that stuff.
Better.
Getting to Randall's
Teamwork.
Getting to Randall's question real quick. I love that cartoon for Silver Surfer. The reason for it is it gives you a really good. That cartoon was kind of advanced for kids because that was on Fox Network. That was more of an adult-oriented cartoon. What's cool about that cartoon? I made Miss G during the holidays watch every episode, and I can tell she's like, "But honey, do you see that? You see that? You're seeing stuff in the movies. You're seeing stuff in the books. You're wondering where some of these characters come from. Thanos is in there running around.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's right. Thanos is
We have a Thanos cartoon in there too.
Lady Chaos is in the back of his ship. and you think he's going nuts. Yeah, he's like going crazy. He's always, oh my dear, and he's like destroying stuff. Okay. Then you got Galactus in there, of course. You got the whole story drop of Nolan Rad and his wife and his family and what happened to him, how he became who he was. It's friggin' awesome.
Oh, it's great.
The
theme song is kind of like an opera type theme song, right? Like you hear like.
And the other cool thing about it is you have to realize, like Stan Lee, he did that story. It was like Shakespearean, and I love that. The classic reading of that is like very Shakespearean. I'm really.
Well, I mean, and very much like Shakespeare, there was a tragedy as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you really feel for this being, you know. And how many names did he have? 35 different names, you know. 35 different names. You know, I used to have a list. I can't remember them all. But yeah, I'm pretty passionate about that one. That one's like and then my second, get this caught up. My second favorite character, and he's an anti-hero, is Morbius, the living vampire.
Yes.
Love that guy. I have so much. Like this piece here, this is done on silk.
Hold on. That is sick.
Imported in, and this is a beautiful, beautiful. I'm hoping I pronounce his damn right name wrong all the time. Jared Leto.
Yeah, close enough.
I'm hoping he does a good job. I don't want to see that Joker again.
I don't know, man. It's Sony.
And I have art just talking about that. Does this remind you of something? And I know Jeff will get it, but this art piece here is actually from one of the Morbius books, and that's it there. Actually,
oh, you got the original art.
The original art in this book. And
oh wow,
this is from Scott Farr, and this is an A.K.A. right up here. Notice what it says. That's from Charles. I'm going to change this room so it's down more because he always uses all the time. So that's like perfect.
That's Tim when he drops the CGC books.
One of my favorites. Of
the one that.
That is bad. Awesome.
That's the coolest room I've ever seen right there.
From us, from me, Steve, and Hialeah, and everybody.
The ambiance is on point.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I see it, Tim's got that Morbius hair going on.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
Let my hair grow out a little bit, guys.
You got just a vampire for Halloween this year.
I'm playing a struggling artist in the next play that I'm in, so.
You're gonna play it.
I love Morbius.
Yeah, 23rd. The 23rd is when we open our doors. First performance.
I will say that
I could be studying lines right now. I'm not talking with you guys.
I will say that my first experience with Morbius is from the Spider-Man anime series.
Yes.
In the 1990s.
Same here.
And if you actually have ever read an example, I've got it on the other side of the wall on the frame, but the Amazing Spider-Man 101.
Yeah, me too.
They have the facsimile out there, so you can actually read it.
Hold on.
Rather than a real copy.
I want the real thing.
Yeah, it's the real thing on the wall, but what's funny is you have to realize it's a different generational in writing. So the writing is really cheesy, but it's still good. There's just something good about it, you know, and I love that.
That's the great thing about art. Art transcends time. You know, the writing style. You know,
writers, for example. I love poetry. I like Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorites. Science fiction, H.P. Lovecraft. I love H.P. Lovecraft. I could go on. Jeff, my buddy, could tell you I could go crazy about the Cthulhu thing. I drop that bomb all the time because I notice the art.
Yeah.
So, G-Man, you know this. You might know this trivia.
Yeah.
The Blade films.
Yes, I do know it.
So you know who was supposed to be in Blade 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, but
he does.
Also, that movie, a lot of people don't realize Marvel was going bankrupt. Okay, they were going through a bankruptcy stage compared to what they are now. And
not during Blade 2.
I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, Blade saved Marvel, especially when it came into the MCU. And I think that's awesome. And one of my favorite scenes in the unedited version of the first Blade picture, you see Blade come to the top of the building and outside in the sunset, and he's looking at a building on the other side, and there's this guy with thick goggles on and a cape, and he's like got his face, he's like looks like desert outfit. And you're like, why are they panning on this particular character for some reason? And he's looking at him, and the other guy is looking at him. That was a drop from Morbius, and I was so excited. I knew that watching the movie. Didn't hear about that though for like 5 years.
Wow, I did not know that.
That movie brought
That's
us to life.
crazy.
Yes, that was
Now you do.
that's what we're trying to do. That made me excited.
I'm knowledge bomb. Yep.
Sorry, I love stuff like
No, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it makes me excited, and I love stuff like that.
Yep.
Dropping facts.
Normally when Robert goes off on his tangents, I would say I like when he does that, so.
Sorry.
All right, so enough about Marvel. Let's talk about DC.
Yeah. You see what Thurl said about you, Robert?
I think G Spot is putting on his kid in the crowd to tell
Yeah.
his
Well, you got the DC guy over there, all the way over there.
No,
Right
hell yeah,
next to
Jared.
Robert.
They really don't.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I don't think people give enough props to Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I remember when I went to go see Blade in theaters. I went to go see it because
Nope,
I knew.
not enough people give a props. Yeah.
Did you guys like Blade? Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that movie. That was. I saw it in theaters when it came out.
Here's another drop for you
Yeah.
guys. Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna sound.
Yeah.
I know this is an adult oriented, right? You got the set adult oriented video, right? Okay, not that it's a big deal,
Yeah.
but in the movie,
Yeah.
one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is that music, and they're in that party, and they're in the vampire house, and the blood. Who's walking down the street, and who's leading the humans in? Was Tracy Lord. Tracy Lord,
Wow.
was like,
Everybody knows that.
she was a huge porn star back then, and a redhead. Sorry.
Oh,
Of course.
Robert, the redheads.
I remember
Red Fire.
Tracy Lords.
Boom. Sorry.
I remember Tracy Lords when she was in Crybaby.
Oh my God. Yeah, unreal.
Like, Johnny Depp, Crybaby?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. There's a lot of controversy around her. My goodness. But she was a rebel. That was cool. See, I like Miss G. She's a total she can be a total rebel, and I like strong character roles like in that. And I like rebel women, so it's like great. They stick up for themselves and they're smart. That's me. I love that. So.
I like the. I'm kidding.
Well, it's just like, do you notice a trend? I mean, Barbara, I'm sure you see it, like in the movies. An example, it's like the same thing with movies. You're noticing like some of the men characters are turning to female characters, and they always make a strong focus on it now, like big time. I love it, but some people don't.
Oh, you know who else loves it? Tim. That's Tim's favorite thing going on right now in the movies.
What's that?
Example.
Are you talking about me and Wesley Snipes? You know, Wesley Snipes are like that, man. Ryan, he just texted me. Wesley just texted me, and he just said, man, I appreciate all the love for all the Blade lovers out there. Bye, Wesley.
Nice.
Wesley Snipes saying, hi, everybody. It's me and Wesley Snipes.
And by the way, not to get
Wesley and I have a very dichotomous relationship.
not to get off subject.
Oh.
Not to get off subject, has anybody seen My Name is Dynamite?
No.
Yeah.
My name is
I've seen
Dom. I haven't seen that yet.
Wesley Snipes is in there. He's awesome.
He's
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
on a movie.
I didn't know
He's the
that.
best person in that
I didn't
movie.
know he was still acting, honestly.
Yeah, he actually showed. He's in the Eddie Murphy movie. Eddie Murphy killed that movie. Awesome.
My brother said it was pretty good. You saw the one on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that's kind of going under the radar, and no one's talking about it. And it's an awesome movie.
Oh no, there's a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of Eddie Murphy fans out there.
Yeah, he was on SNL recently, right?
I've been hearing about it though.
I'm looking forward
shows
to
back,
Coming to America too.
Yeah, a couple of shows back, I talked about Rudy Ray Moore, and I came this close to getting his autograph. He was at a show in Florida, and he was sitting there all by his lonesome. And I went up to him and started talking to him, and I took his hand, and I was just like, "Hey, thank you for all the hard work that you did in the '70s, especially for, just the movement of people of color in the film industry, even though it was a negative, because he showed people of color were basically, he played on the stereotype. He was heavy on the stereotype, but he was a very sweet. What are you picking up there?
But I get what you're saying.
What, me?
He was a very, very nice man. Very, very, very close to getting his autograph, and now his autograph is unattainable on eBay because of the
Wow,
film.
that's cool though.
Yeah, it's just one of those little things. He was a very sweet man. He was very kind, and he sat there and he talked to me for about 20 minutes. He was just a very, very kind guy. He just wanted a little bit of love. And then he just recently passed away.
Yeah. People forget those people that created that kind of stuff that we wouldn't have enjoyed that we have now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like my buddy Jeff here, one of our buddies in the community, Jim Boatwright. I would love to go to one of these. I'm probably going to go next October, but they have a horror convention. Yeah, what's the name of it?
Spooky Empire?
No, the one in Florida, Jeff.
Yeah, Spooky Empire.
Spooky Empire.
Spooky Empire.
Spooky Empire.
Yeah, Jim Boatwright was down there and actually.
Yeah, Spooky Empire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was so
Spooky
cool, you
Empire.
guys. Jeff, there we go. Yeah, that right there, that picture that he took.
Oh, hell yeah.
He just had that done. It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
He met him and had a short video. I watched the video on
Oh, wow.
on YouTube on that. That was really cool. But a few of my other favorites, why can't I remember his name? The actor, it was actually the actor, it was an old man that played the creature from the Black Lagoon. Was at the
Yeah.
and our buddy, and our buddy Jim Boatwright went and seen him at the table, had all the kids there, and he had his kids ask these questions that were like, what was your favorite candy? Simple questions, not these stupid same things all over again. And the smile that lit up on his face, that old man's face, was awesome. And then to top it off, Jim had the creature from the Black Lagoon tattooed on his arm. He had him sign his arm, and then he had a tattoo there at the show.
Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome.
And, he didn't say anything. He was like, cold as shit. He tells you the stories that he had to deal with when he made that, moving around in that rubber costume. But it's awesome, you guys. That stuff like that is just so cool, because it inspires other directors. Like an example, we talk about you see what I'm saying. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, like what was it? Like we.
Go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
He's frozen. No.
You're good.
No,
That's what I
no,
like, man. When you guys talk about other stuff,
sorry.
it's always good.
Since we were talking about Wesley
Rico Browning
It's my brother.
He's the last of the last.
Since we're talking about
He's
Wesley
the last of the creatures. All the other creatures have passed away.
Yeah.
There were 5 people who played Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Rico Browning is the last surviving one.
Yeah, that's the one. I think that's who he's seen. That gentleman there. That was the one.
Yep, Rico Browning, the only one left. He actually was the executive producer and co-creator of the TV show Flipper back in the 70s.
Yep.
I watched that show.
Yeah.
There you go. And he was in the Navy. He was an underwater demolition
Did
specialist.
not know that.
That's the reason why he can hold his breath for so long. He used to be able to hold his breath for up to 5 minutes.
Jeez.
Who's the
Powerful lungs.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even think of his name. The director.
No, he's actually told the story where he actually got so drunk, where these guys gave him booze like all through the whole thing. Like kept giving him alcohol. Kept getting so we had a drunk. They had a drunk creature from the Black Lagoon for a couple of times.
Yeah.
Where they tried to keep
Breathing
warm.
in
He kept
water.
drinking.
That's why. The water was
Walking
so
around
cold.
like the mummy.
I remember I liked that they used the creature in the Monster Squad movie.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that movie too. Yeah.
Now, Art Adams did a beautiful Creature from the Black Lagoon
Probably
comic book.
another movie that Bobby hasn't seen.
Okay, I have. What is it? Why can't I think of the director's name? He did Troll Hunters. What's his guy's name?
Troll Hunter.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm bad with directors' names.
Tim
He's done a lot of horror movies.
Wasn't it a lady? Wasn't it Amanda Kiss and Hugs?
It's in Spanish.
What was that last name again?
Amanda Kiss and Hugs.
Even Wesley Snipes doesn't know who Troll Hunter is directed.
Amanda Kiss and Hugs. That's what he says.
You know, from the classic Simpsons. I'm looking for Amanda Kiss and Hugs.
Yeah. Oh, Mo.
Very underrated Wesley Snipes movie, Demolition Man.
Demolition.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. I love that movie.
Simon Says.
Well, Barbara, what is your favorite? Tell us your favorite movie.
Yeah, I
Tell
do
us,
too.
what do you like? Other than the comic books, do you like movies? No?
I do love movies.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to guess Little Women.
No, I'm curious.
What the fuck?
Little Women. Did you just say Little Women?
Yeah, we're curious.
I would say it would be a tie between the original Evil Dead and the remake of Evil Dead. Would be my
Did you
favorite.
say,
Which one?
We talked about that yesterday.
Oh, Evil Dead. Yeah, that's a good
Evil
movie.
Dead. So, did you like the serious tone of Evil Dead movie, the new one?
I did. I loved it. Are you kidding me? It was
Me
incredible.
too. Gave
But
you the
that's what they did such a good job. Like it wasn't
yes.
an exact remake, but it was still it still went with the flow of the movie that it was going for.
Exactly what they were trying to originally do. Because the creepiest thing out of like when you watch the original Evil Dead, what's cool, my favorite scene is when that lady turns to a demon, and she's opening the chain door on the ground in the very first film.
Spoilers.
No, she's doing the cards and she's like Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Spades, Ace of Spades. That whole scene, just whoop, hair on the neck. And then my other favorite scene is in the new one, the new version. Remember when she's taking the razor blade? Remember that scene?
I do.
Oh yeah. You're like,
I do.
oh.
And the fact that it didn't have to do like suspense horror to make it scary.
Yeah,
That's a good
you know
movie.
what? Yes, that's awesome. I love that. That was great.
Oh.
I still need to watch those movies.
Knew you.
Oh
Yeah.
God, you're missing out.
Knew you would like her. I told you would. Yeah, you do.
We're not talking about the Star Wars movie. I really don't want to talk about it. I see somebody in the chat. Yep, we
Okay,
can
my
talk
problem
about-
is like I have no issue with that movie, and I'm still pissed about it.
What's that?
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't want to open that old
I don't want
chestnut,
to
please.
spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Have you seen it, Barbara?
Yes,
Do you feel the same way I do?
and I'm still screaming. Why?
I called it. So does my definition of sprinkled powdered sugar and rainbows make sense?
No, that's where you got it from.
You know what?
Yeah.
I am disappointed in all of you, and I'm going to reach out now with my force powers and heal your hearts. I'm going to heal your hearts.
No, you're not.
I'm going to make sure you're all
It's your guy. We lost our shit thinking that they were gonna kill Chewie. If they killed Chewie, we
Oh
would.
no! No way they killed him. He has to be the one character that has to stay. Now the other person. There he is. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Why? What?
Why does he have to lie? Why? Why him?
Who?
Why does he have to go?
Who?
They were supposed to make beautiful babies together. They're supposed to fall
Yes.
back in love.
Yes.
I'm missing. I can't. Barbara's getting cut off. What is she saying?
You are.
Kylo and Rey were supposed to fall in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben
Saying
Solo.
about Kylo
Ren or Ben Solo or
Yeah.
I think we all know that.
with the magic, they were supposed to be in love and be together because you knew that connection was there from the get-go, even though he was on the dark side.
Look, we all know that Rey was supposed to end up with Poe Dameron. Poe with his magnanimous
I
hair.
was supposed to end up with Finn.
Exactly. Thank you.
Can you not? Can you say that there was, without giving away anything? Can you say that that there was lazy special effects?
Hi, Dustin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we've been talking about Wesley Snipes, we've been talking about Wesley Snipes.
Let's not tell any important things about Star Wars.
I'll never
But
let
there's
it
no
go.
spoilers. But there's a giant worm. We had time to heal a giant worm in Star Wars. I'm done.
Okay. All right. On a
I'm
better
done.
note. On a better note.
Hey, that wasn't a worm, that was
Let's
a
do a
snake.
better note. Let's do a better note. Guys, be positive as much as possible. We could be disappointed. So
Okay.
let me ask you. How about what do you think of Mandalorian?
Great show.
Oh, I like Mandalorian. Mandalorian's good.
Nice.
How can you not like Mandalorian with Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
No,
Yeah,
baby
I saw-
Yoda, I really like
I still have to watch it.
playing the Mandalorian way and really got in depth with that because now I'm not really sure if I want to be a Jedi. I kind of want to be a Mandalorian.
But see, do you
But then you
not
have to wear like a
agree
helmet all the time.
So fucking cool with that. This is the way.
Yes, this is the way. I love that line. Love that line.
I like it.
All the
I like
talk
it.
of Star Wars. All the
Summary
stuff
of
of Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I want to see Wesley Snipes in the Star Wars TV show or Star Wars movie. What do you think?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Interesting.
Okay, going back to
Killing space
boy.
vampires.
we can go back to Lost in Space.
Wesley
Here's a
Snipes
little
in a
Lost
Star
in
Wars
Space
movie.
for you. I was trying to keep Barbara relevant. She feels too young for us old folks. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to keep her in the conversation. So here's
Oh, dude, I like that fantastic voice. Book.
Ooh.
I'm
One of
sorry.
my favorite movies
I
when I
get
was
to
growing
learn
up as a
from all you
kid.
old folks.
Yeah, you're not though. Here's what's cool though. I mean, come on, seriously. Fantastic voyage. Here's what's cool though, because maybe we can share something
Hold on.
with you that you don't know that would actually make more sense to you about certain things.
Exactly.
Bridge to
I'm
generation
always
gap.
learning. There's always a generation gap. It's like this movie to me, not like this movie we were talking about. You can see where there's certain things and elements in it that they've kind of shot for that certain generation that's going to see it differently. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a big thing.
Actually, G-Man, you just made me realize something. I forgot to ask Barbara. Barbara, did you watch that Red Sonja movie?
Not yet.
I have to watch it.
There's a Red Sonja
Red
movie?
Sonja
I've not
and
heard
Cruella
of it.
movie.
Or
So I
the Perella
told
movie.
you on that.
You haven't seen it yet?
Not yet.
With Brigitte Nielsen, when they try to give her red hair.
Don't tell me
Look it up now.
I
No,
want
I'm
to
not
be
telling you.
surprised.
Yeah, you'll see. It's good.
Nope.
For
The best thing about that movie is Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow.
And hopefully she has
This
the
is-
correct costume on, is what I'm excited for.
It's appropriate. It's not what we wanted, but it's appropriate.
Oh boy. Yep. Yeah. But
Oh my God,
It's
who is
appropriate.
saying that?
Oh, wow. It really does have Arnold in it. That's
Seriously,
crazy.
someone's talking about that again. Tremors. What is it with the Tremors thing? I don't understand.
Kevin
How many
Bacon.
Tremors movies have they made?
Mhm.
9?
Wasn't that a TV show, too?
What is
I love the first
Is
two. They're awesome.
the Tremors toy that they came out with.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got discontinued.
yeah.
Those supposed to be little
Actually-
boys, little girls was using it.
Actually, if you count the new spin-off, we've got a 10th Tremor film. It's called Star Wars.
Hold on.
I'll be honest.
And there's Boba
The worm thing keeps going through my brain. So all I can think about now is I want to see a new Dune. A good
Yes. Yes.
I want to see Dune, like big time.
I like the director that they have for the new movie.
Love it. Love it.
Huh?
What was that all about?
Randall wants to put you through the same pain that you had to go through. Listening to Tim. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I love you, Tim.
Oh,
Love it too.
I know.
I know. They can make up.
Okay, new topic.
Yes, please. Okay. Let me see. We talked about.
Okay.
We're talking about Dune, the new Dune. Looking forward to new Dune. Did you see the original Dune, Barbara?
Mhm.
No. It's a must watch. I think you'll really
Have
enjoy
to.
it.
No spoiler.
It has like sorceress witches in it, which is really cool. Very, very cool. I think you'll enjoy that. I like that about the story, which is awesome.
She'll like
I'm gonna
it.
say that sounds like my
I think.
shit right there.
Is it Sting?
You know who's the guy that played Stick? No. Oh my God. The Police. What's his name?
The what?
The actor.
The group, the police.
The singer.
Well,
from Police.
Yeah. My brother loves them too.
Why am I brain farting on his name?
Put on the red
Sting.
jacket.
Sting. There you go. Sting.
Oh, God.
Right?
Sting.
Barbara?
Sting.
I prefer the term stinger.
Police?
Yeah.
I prefer the term stinger.
What should be Hellblazer or Constantine?
Dude, Justice!
Sting.
I actually like Sting and Dune. I thought he was very intimidating.
What was that, Tim?
Hold on. Oh,
Fair enough.
hold
Fair
on.
enough.
Hey, now that everything is digital, you can just go and buy DVDs
Buy DVDs.
or get a VHS player.
Download them.
Except for Twilight, though, right? You
Oh,
don't have
God,
to assume
no.
that one, right?
Ah!
Don't, please.
The movie is even worse than the fucking book.
The movie is what made me not read the book.
For real. I want like murderous.
How about did you like if you like vampires? Did you like True Blood? How about True Blood?
True Blood is alright.
The books are better.
I might read the
I
books.
didn't know there was a book, but
The
I'll be
book?
on that.
The books are like when you read the books, you're gonna be like, what?
I'm wondering from like Darren Shane's Cirque du Freak vampires because they fight bears and shit. So
What about what's that Jim Carrey movie?
That's
The
good to know.
Mask.
Was it Love at First
Jim
Bite?
Love it first bite.
Love it first
The man,
bite?
yeah.
Wow.
Or
No, wait, not
Never
Love at
heard
First
of
Bite.
that.
It's something kissed.
Once bitten,
Kiss the Vampire, Last Kiss the Vampire, something like that.
once bitten.
Once bitten. Thank
Once
you.
Benton.
Tim
I've
wins.
never heard of that movie.
Tim wins.
I love
Once
Jim
the
Carrey.
Vampire,
That's crazy.
crazy.
That was a fun
Have
vampire.
Barbara seen it?
Okay, just to keep the conversation going, what's your favorite movie, Barbara? How about that? How about
We're going
everybody?
through this.
What is your favorite movies?
B-rated horror film.
What was it?
B-rated horror film.
Nice. Very
You
cool.
guys probably never even heard of.
Bet I
Thank you,
have.
sister. God rest in peace.
Good.
Which one?
You ever seen like
You'd be
Tears of
surprised.
Cowardly,
You'd be surprised.
Tears-
You'll be surprised.
No.
I think mine. Just 'cause I'm a big Superman fan.
To die for?
Life Force?
8 films to die for.
Hey, think, okay.
Oh, I remember those when they were coming out with those.
Those.
Cool.
It was a really cool idea. I think they stopped doing it too, right?
They still kind of do it, but like they just call it under a different name. Hulu just came out with like a bunch of Halloween kind of films. They're like 2 minutes long, but they're phenomenal. Like I prefer things like that. Like anthologies are my favorite. I thought VHS was like phenomenal.
What about Trick or Treat?
Still one of my top cosplays.
Awesome.
You kidding me? Who wouldn't
I
want to
wish
do
they would
like
make
poor
a
guy?
Sam comic book. I wish they would make a Sam comic book.
Right?
That would be awesome because when you watch that movie, and I watch it every year, when you watch that movie, you're watching a comic book going across the screen, and they're flipping the pages like very similar to like
I do too.
yeah, very similar to like yeah. And even with the DVD, when you get the DVD, I still have it. It's got the small comic book version of Sam inside of it, which is pretty cool. I love that character. I think it's great.
Yep.
There has to be a comic book out there with.
That's what I thought. I've looked. I can't find it.
No
I
way.
cannot find it.
My favorite film, though, I've thought about this long and hard.
That's hard to pick. I have a top
It
10
definitely
list
is.
that changes every year. Top 10 list that changes every year. Seriously.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I know Rando's favorite film. It's Superman.
Oh man, the music,
I stole his thunder again. My bad.
the John Williams music, the Marlon Brando, General Zod, everything. Just the origin. It's a great origin storytelling. Gene Hackman, probably in his prime.
Okay. So here's something for both Barbara and for Randall. This past holiday, we all celebrated Christmas. And of course, the original slasher film, or at least one of the original slasher films, was called Black Christmas. Now, this came out before Halloween came out.
Yep.
Now, the cool thing about this is not only is it a B-movie slasher film, but it also stars Margot Kidder, which is in Superman.
The original, yeah.
So it's a great horror film. You'd love it.
Yeah.
Everybody here should check it out at least once.
I've heard of it, definitely.
It's called Black Christmas. Excellent.
My favorite
film.
horror films are the Friday the 13th movies.
Those are
Those
good,
are good?
definitely.
Those are good. I would say Halloween though. Michael
My
Myers.
favorite film is this one. Mine. My favorite film right now.
That's a good movie. That's a good.
I grew up
that's a
on
good
this one.
movie.
The chest hairs of Kurt Russell frighten you.
That's the one still
Okay,
one of my
I gotta go with Tango and Cash on that one.
Come on, guys. John Carpenter's
Tango
The
and
Thing.
Cash.
Dude, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's like the best movie.
Yeah.
But That really
Dude.
wasn't. That really just wasn't Kurt Russell. That was a nice cast. Everybody was good in that film.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
Was it Keith David?
I heard Michael
Keith David
Myers.
was in that film.
He's so good, man.
Emmett Walsh in that film.
I have such a huge appreciation for Keith David because lately I've been watching Gargoyles, and
Oh wow.
just him as Goliath, you know, and then of course thinking back to like the Spawn animated series on HBO, you know.
See, I want to rewatch that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not doing conventions, man. Like I would love to see Keith David at a convention and get like a Spawn comic book signed or something.
I know.
He does do conventions. They're just up north. They're in Chicago. He does Milwaukee. He does Illinois. So he's done a New York show. He just hardly doesn't come down here to the south.
That sucks. I hate when they do that, honestly.
Come to Cali, please. One of my other favorite books.
He's the one son I need to complete my They Live collection.
I still have to watch that.
They Live?
Yeah.
You still have oh my, that's a really good movie. Yes, I agree. One of my other favorite horror movies, you'll probably like it, Robert. Lost Boys. I love Lost Boys.
Yeah.
That is a bomb movie. I watched a lot of horror with my mom.
Why?
Did you hear that the original director of Lost Boys wanted to remake the movie and give?
Yeah, I did. I heard.
No, he wanted to give all the vampires the rubber nipples.
Wait, what?
If you understand who the director of Lost Boys is, you'll get the rubber nipples joke.
Wait.
Have you seen Batman Forever?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep Barbara in the conversation, guys. I'm feeling really old.
Yeah.
I feel old.
What modern movies have you watched recently?
Wait, Barbara, have you seen the Batman movies from the 90s?
Oh god, no. Actually, Batman's not my favorite.
You haven't seen any from the 90s?
Oh my! The first one is my favorite.
And George Clooney.
Oh, so you have seen the George Clooney one?
I remember Uma Thurman more than anyone.
Okay.
Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
He's
That's what that
awesome.
movie's known for. Yeah.
I remember when there were like rumors of casting that movie that Julia Roberts.
Yeah, I really like her. She's got style. That's awesome.
She's living up.
She got taste.
But I remember hearing like Julia Roberts was up for Poison Ivy. I would love to have seen her as Poison Ivy.
That would have been interesting, definitely.
Yeah.
Just no more chill. Chill. I think about to chill.
So anyways, the joke I was making, Barbara, was the director of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, his name is Joel Schumacher. And people complained about his Batman films because they were like, why are there nipples on the Batman suit?
Oh, yeah.
The
Robin suit.
It's like, those scenes where you're like seeing all the every little detail.
Actually, you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, when they did Batman and Robin, why didn't Batgirl have the rubber nipples?
Because they were trying to kill people. Be real here. He wouldn't want to see George Clooney in all his glory.
But Barbara, if you haven't seen Lost Boys, it really is one of the all-time greatest like vampire movies.
That's a really good. There's another vampire movie that's like it's on the tip of my tongue, and it's like I think there's a guy living across from a vampire, and he sees.
Oh, Fright Night.
Yes! Oh, Brewster! That is a really good movie too.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed Fright Night 2, the sequel.
What the heck?
I heard there was a sequel. I haven't seen it.
John Grease. Have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Rico.
Oh wow, that is okay. Interesting.
He was in part 2 of Fright Night, and he was also in Monster Squad. He was the werewolf in Monster Squad.
Huh? I did not know that.
Yeah. He had hair back then.
He was also in Lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's also in one of my favorite comedy movies of Val Kilmer. Can you guess it?
With Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Real genius.
But who is I've seen every episode of Lost. And
Yeah.
It's a good show.
My favorite line in Real Genius. The teacher tells Val Kilmer, from now on, I want to see a whole lot more of you in class. And Val Kilmer's like, fine, I'll gain weight. It's a smart joke.
My favorite line is can you hammer a 6-inch nail through a 2-inch piece of wood with your penis? And he says no, and he goes, nobody's perfect.
He's like, is she great or what? That's a very great 80s movie.
George Clooney.
He was also in the Billy Crystal film Running Scared. He played the competing police officer.
John Grease?
The guy that was the Wolfman from Monster Squad. And, yeah.
It's John Grease, I believe his name is.
John Grease, yeah. He was in Running Scared. One of my favorite Billy Crystal films.
Yeah. My favorite Billy Crystal film is When Harry Met Sally.
You know, that's the one romantic movie I haven't seen.
We gotta send her like an A.O.K.A. like movies for her to watch.
That's a nice one to cuddle up with.
Yeah, that is like the quintessential perfect Meg Ryan film.
Yeah.
Now we know that movie we keep. You know.
No, you want to really cuddle up with a girl? Horror film. Get them scared.
Okay.
Good
to know.
She'd be like, "What's that smell? Did you shit your pants?"
Now that's scary. Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna cuddle with you." Oh my god.
I know Robert's a big Hellraiser fan, so
Yeah.
I know you got a bunch of Hellraiser stuff too.
At that same con, by the way, you guys,
Hellraiser.
with when they went to go to that, I watched someone else do a video of that con that Jeff went to at the end of the year in October, and what was really cool was Jeff goes, Robert, do you like Clive Barker? You like Hellraiser, right? I go, hell yeah, Clive Barker. I love his work. I love his story writing is great, and some of his art I really like. And because he was at the con, I think I went, what? He goes, yeah, go look at these people that do this YouTube channel, and they do horror stuff. And they were at the con. And I went, okay, so I'm gonna watch it. And sure as shit, I would have freaking waited in line all day long just to get a photo and a book signing with him. Me and Miss G would have been on both sides of that guy. He looked like he suffered from a stroke or something because his arm was like all kind of up or something. And he's really not that old, but man, dude, I came across him when I was a kid reading a book called In the Flesh, and it was a 5-part miniseries. And that's where, if anybody's seen Midnight Meat Train, have you seen that, Barbara?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Definitely must check that out. It's really good. It's good. And it comes from the book In the Flesh. It's a storybook. Okay.
I'm kidding.
That's all right. But it's really
No, it's
good.
awesome. I'm loving this.
It's really, really, really good. Clive Barker was one of my favorite horror writers before Stephen King. Stephen King is good. Stephen King is good, don't get me wrong. But there's like a whole different side when it comes to Clive Barker's thinking, and that's what I like.
No, Clive Barker's pretty cool. I'm not into a lot of the stuff that he does, but I really recognize and respect like all the things that he's done.
Right.
Especially for the horror genre. Like, I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's
And,
done a lot of different things. He doesn't get the credit he's deserved. That's the problem.
Yeah. What are you doing, Tim? Checking your nose hairs?
Foreshadowing.
No, when you do that with the flashlight, you got to do the "I'm the leprechaun."
Oh man.
It's like, what's wrong, Garth? What's wrong? I'm the leprechaun.
Fantastic movies, by the way.
Barbara, you get that reference?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she did. That's what she did. It was a great movie.
That's going to be our new game show. Does Barbara get that reference?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who to this game.
Sounds like they're playing.
Know how old you guys are.
How old we are?
We all range in age. We're not that old. We all range in age.
People my age are boring anyway.
Yeah, you know, that leads to a good question. Barbara, how old are you?
Good to know.
Woman never says her age.
That's right. I was going to say.
See, I would get my butt kicked if I asked that question. My mom would have backed him and pushed. What'd you ask that question?
Actually,
That's all I didn't know.
wouldn't that make a good horror film? A man just asking a woman how old she is?
Age coming to a theater near you.
How old is she?
Oh yes. Oh, we gotta make a fan movie of that now.
You never asked the
The best answer to that question is I'm old enough to know better.
Yeah. I'm young enough to know better.
I'm old enough to know better not to ask that damn question.
Is there anything
But
you
I'm
guys
so curious.
Me too.
Guessing.
Is there
I,
anything?
you know,
I think that was.
You know, I could be 30. Who knows? 35.
You never know.
Hold on.
you see, I only ask girls that are young enough to ask that question. Because I know you can't ask an old woman that question. I just know you can't do that.
Seems wrong.
See, everybody that knows Barbara knows that she is actually an elfling. And being an elfling means that she's like 12 years old, but she's about 150. So she's somewhere in between.
Kim gets me.
I don't know, because there's so much that she doesn't know. So you have to
Anything,
Gauge, like-
anything you guys what are you guys all looking forward to in the movie?
We were all about one that.
Looking forward in the movie to which movie?
What are you guys all looking forward to? Each and every one
Hold
of you. All it's individual.
The movies in general.
What movie are you guys actually looking forward to, or any stories that you guys offer? All of you, each one of you, to answer that question.
I'm always looking forward
for movies
that you were most disappointed for, right?
What comics come to mind? You go first.
Not
So I'm a teacher, so I'm gonna raise my hand.
What are you looking for?
Ladies first.
I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So I love all the old school Godzilla films. I'm kind of seeing where the whole monster universe is gonna go to in terms of that aspect. I haven't seen the new Godzilla movie. It's on my list.
We can watch it off air.
Oh, I heard it was good.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was really good too.
Fans loved it.
I was sad I couldn't see it in theaters. I was so mad.
You know, if you got time, maybe me, you, and Jeff can watch it. I'll stream it and we can watch it together.
Aw, snap. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, we'll watch it together.
Isn't the Godzilla versus King Kong supposed to be coming out this year?
It's supposed to be. They're still
I'm not sure.
talking about it.
And I heard they're teaming up, not fighting against each other.
That's what I keep saying, because realistically,
Okay.
if
If they're going to team up.
they would die. He would die.
No. If
Of
they're going
course.
to team
I mean,
up.
in the original one, he should have lost that one, but it was like a draw.
If they are going to team up,
Yeah.
they have to. There's one thing that they have to do if they team up. They have to recreate the scene
Oh boy.
from the movie Predator, where Godzilla and King Kong, they're looking at each other, and they're like, "Godzilla, you son of a bitch."
Oh, that would be awesome.
You seriously know we are true geeks here. It's awesome. It's totally awesome.
It goes beyond the comics.
Totally awesome.
What? Tim's a big Godzilla fan, so Tim's probably grabbing something for you to show off right now.
Love
Because he's a big Godzilla guy too, so.
I want some of those. I want some figs.
So.
The only thing that made me mad about the first,
Yeah.
the first one they remade, was it took 45 minutes because everybody. I was dying in the movie theater. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for his entire back to light up to throw his fire out. 45 minutes until he actually did it twice.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Justin, my brother.
The funniest one when we were watching it. Yeah.
What'd you
Monkey
say,
in
Jeff?
the face.
Yeah.
They look
Oh yeah, I remember you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man, I
then
was
he looks
hoping
like a
that
monkey
he
in the
was gonna
face.
dress up in a monkey suit.
That is so. I love.
Yeah.
Give it. That is awesome.
Love it.
Oh shit!
That's awesome.
Badass.
Awesome. There we go.
Hold on.
So,
Don't trip, or the whole thing will collapse. Okay.
so
Very
this,
cool.
this,
Very, very cool.
this has been at Wonder Water over at Perry's for like a year, and it's been sitting on top of one of his statue cases. And I've always told Perry, I said, when I get enough money, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get that. It's only $40, but he gave me 30% off, and it's a bank. It's just a big bank,
That's awesome.
and it's just really cool.
Yeah, it is.
That is
I've got
awesome.
I've got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as his companion.
Yeah.
Also a bank.
Sean would love that.
Size for each other.
Very cool.
But I am a huge
Yeah.
Godzilla fan,
Yeah.
Nice.
and
Awesome.
I heard him talking about getting all the movies.
Yeah.
This just came out.
Oh my gosh!
Awesome.
I have to get that.
Yeah.
That is so
That's
epic.
all the movies in there, buddy?
This is the first 17 films from the Showa series. So it's the very earliest film, the very first one.
Is
And
that
the
the
Japanese originals are the best one. Yes.
Can you still buy that? Can you still buy that? Is that out on the market right now?
I think Tim is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncut.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Can
Blu-ray
you still buy
editions.
that on the market right now?
Yep, you can still get it. You can get it on Amazon too. You're going to pay a little bit more on Amazon than I got it for. You can always come by Grindhouse and see it. They usually go for about 150.
Nice.
Wow.
That's sweet, though. That's a classic.
What's that?
Yes.
And on the interiors,
Nice.
each page, I haven't opened it yet, but
Oh, oh my
each
God,
page
too.
has a full page of artwork from people like Jeff Darrow, Becky Cloonan, Arthur Adams, Bill Sienkiewicz.
Nice.
Deal.
Yeah. Takashi Akazaki, which is one of the Pokemon guys.
Yep.
Oh
It's
wow.
really cool.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah.
This
That's
is the Godzilla Criterion Collection.
That's very cool.
They go together.
Hell yeah,
They
do.
go together. Like
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Don't you guys know that? I knew Tim was a bigger Godzilla guy, so.
I
That's
collect way
awesome.
too much shit.
Never.
Yeah, you still got a toy room.
You have a toy
Yeah.
room too,
Tim
Tim?
still got a toy room. That's only his got a toy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've got toys, I've got comics, I've got movies, I've got Blu-rays, I've got
his comic room.
collectible. I've got
You're talking
collectible
like a
T-shirts. I got
scary
collectible
I'm
glassware.
I'm curious.
There's collectible T-shirts.
There
Yeah.
is.
Wow. I
I've
did
got
not know
original
that.
Star Wars T-shirts back when I was a little kid that I still have, never worn, folded up.
That's
And back in-
crazy.
Yeah, I am the
So I'm gonna get
mentally
this
ill person.
slabbed. I didn't realize it was slab and pops now. Have you guys seen some of those?
Yep.
They make like little slab covers for pops. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I do got one that's slab. Hold on.
Oh, wow. That is crazy. Let me get that She-Hulk and slab it up for me. Oh, wow.
We have
So
that.
about
That's a pop
slab and
figure.
pops. So they do.
You got
Yeah.
any slab pop, Randall?
They have slabs for pops. So
Wow.
Did you say
One second.
pop?
Yeah,
Nice.
slab
Large
pops.
that.
Yeah,
Slab
slab.
pop?
Yeah.
No, I have none of those.
I just
I
gotta
have
go up.
I have some pop figures.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold
it's
on.
protective
Let me get-
casing, yeah, but
Let me
have
get
it
up to my.
they grade everything now, don't they?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I do have
It's
some
not
figures
really
with
slab.
totally-
This is protect the casing, like you said. It's a protect-
Mm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
a corrective. Yeah.
like having it slab and
Yeah.
grading, you know what I mean?
I have something that would totally destroy Tim's Godzilla.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? This man can't be defeated.
Oh boy.
This man can't
Hold
be
on.
defeated right here. It's really.
God, creeper!
Hold on.
Hey, all I gotta do is rip his shirt off and he's like better than Arnold.
And grease him up. You gotta grease him up.
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love that character.
He's awesome.
He's my
I
favorite
love him.
this character.
So Randall, you just showed us your Willie.
How'd you like it?
Smaller than I expected.
Was it as
Oh,
good for
boy.
you as it was for me?
Oh man.
I didn't know you had red hair.
I always CGC would slab those.
I have to have this on my desk right here.
Wow.
Luigi.
Oh, with the coot.
Mr. Mario.
Golden. Hold on.
Oh, the pluck pluck. I didn't even call them flower power. I called them pluck plucks. Pluck pluck.
And then here's Luigi's cousin.
Wow. Perfect. Perfect image. Epic. Dodgeball! That was a great movie.
That is a phenomenal
Yeah.
movie. You're kidding me.
If you can catch a wrench, you can catch a dodgeball.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want for Halloween
Yeah. That's
to go as White Goodman.
Yes,
Grow like the
that would be
handlebar
awesome.
mustache.
Fucking do it.
Simba!
since you guys are talking about Latin.
Nice. And it's signed too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The slabbing thing is, yeah, it's not slabbed really, but it's protected, like Barbara was saying. It's not really a
Oh,
slab.
wow.
If it was a slab, it would be graded.
Mm.
Yeah, and it has a COA and everything, so that's what
Oh, sweet.
that's what the grade thing is. This is what, so this is what grading is. So pops.
Huh.
That's what grading
That's pretty cool.
so, and you gotta see it, like a number and everything. So, yep. Yep.
Isn't that who
That's
you're
what
gonna
grading is when you guys were talking about the pops grading. Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Barbara,
I'm thinking about cosplaying them too,
you're going to
but
the con,
I'm
right?
thinking about.
Like on these cons?
You're
Yeah.
going to the con, right? In Jubilee.
How do you know that?
I watch videos. I watch your videos.
Lurking here.
Yes, my goal is to be Jubilee
That's awesome.
1 year.
I've been
Jubilee is
driving,
awesome.
I've been driving Miss G, my wife, to be
Morbius.
A female Morbius actually would be pretty badass.
Scarlet Witch, Scorpion,
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch would be awesome.
Scarlet Witch 100%.
Actually,
What?
I can't decide which version of Scarlet Witch I want to do because
Mhm.
George Perez is like pretty badass, like kind of
Yes.
DC.
Yes.
And then, but I mean, I do like the New Age, not the movies,
I know what you're talking
more
about.
like the full bodysuit.
Yep. With the white crown. With the white crown, the classic.
Or the what is it? Oh man, the House of M one, which is like a Renaissance dress.
There you go. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
I should show Miss G that cover. I'll have to show it to her.
That one's pretty badass. And it also works for the Renaissance fair.
Yes, it does. We go to Renaissance fairs every year.
Oh no, I'm really upset. This is the first year they're not doing it in Tampa, and I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I go
I've never been to a
every year.
Renaissance fair.
Big
We're still
Renaissance.
showing off like pop
fair.
figures, right?
I'll give you an example of Renaissance. I'll show you something here. Hold on.
We're still showing
Yeah,
like
I
pop
do want-
figures. Right?
Robert, that's Renaissance fair. Like, yeah, you got one.
I do
You gotta
have
pop the show.
one right here.
Okay, let's see.
What is it? What is it? I can't stop.
Hold on.
Oh, nice. That is nice. The Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile,
It's pretty cool.
I am Batman.
I saw it and I was just like, man, I
Yep.
love the Hall of...
Michael Keaton Batman, the greatest Batman.
Dude, some of that early Super Friends Batman, he had a lightsaber.
You did?
Yeah,
Wait,
there was
what?
like one episode where he pulled out, it looked like a flashlight.
Yeah. It's a Renaissance fair. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
paid a lot of money for
that.
Oh, I'm sure you
Robert
did. That
and
was
his neck-
handmade.
Yeah.
One
Thing
of a
weighs
kind.
about
Renaissance
40
fair.
pounds. Weighs about 40 pounds in my head. But I usually go in my classic, my Irish. I wear a kilt and I kind of go. I go cross between steampunk and old fashioned.
This is the best thing with
That's
Renaissance
still
fair,
pretty
though, is that
cool.
like you can go, like they have a steampunk day or
Yep.
like truly
They have their
Renaissance,
themes.
go
They have their
Viking, fucking phenomenal Pirate Day.
So much fun.
I want to go as a Star Trek character to a Renaissance fair. Just walk around.
I'd
See what people say.
You'd be really surprised.
I have
People go all out. And everybody-
Do you think it would be?
Don't mind me.
Do you think it would be appropriate? It would be okay if I
Yeah.
dressed as Mel Gibson from Braveheart. Would that work?
You
Yes.
know how many of them show up?
Yes, there is like a Scottish day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think
I always loved it. I always loved how passionate his character was in the movie.
It was
Where
very
he's like, I swear it was like a pickup line, right? Like he was always telling people, "I see strength in you." You know, like it's always like the same thing over and over again. Like that's his way of like talking to them, like. And so there's a part in the movie where he goes and he's like, "Unite the clans," you know, like unite the clans. And so I want to do the same thing, but I want to do it for comic book fans. So instead of clans, I'm going to be like, unite the fans.
I gotta see this.
That'd be awesome.
So
well,
just to give you an idea
Clint
of
got
some of the
something to
crap
show,
that I have.
So, yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on.
You know, because you can never have better ingredients for better pizza at Papa
No,
John's.
are you serious right now? Are you serious?
That's from Spider-Man
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
That was from
boy.
Tobey Maguire.
When he was
That's
delivering
how
them good
old this
pizza.
freaking box is.
Gosh, when was Spider-Man 3? What
Yeah.
was that, 2006,
Yeah.
I think?
God, that was
No,
a year
2005.
after high school.
This I should have got Sam
Oh, that was
Raimi
high school
to
for me.
autograph this, but he didn't. You know.
He's like, I don't like Papa John's. Get this garbage out of my face.
Right? So that just gives you an
Hey,
idea.
reheatness.
Actually, you know what you could do, Tim? Since the back of the box
What?
is like pretty much white or
Yeah.
blank, you should get somebody to sketch on that.
We're extreme nerds,
Barbara,
apparently.
there's a question. Not a question, but it's an answer.
I could probably make that happen this weekend.
Nice.
Make my own Spider-Man pizza for you. It's his birthday this weekend, so
Who?
Ah,
my bestie Jerry.
Jerry.
Hey Jerry, how's it going, brother?
Special.
Was it Jerry's birthday?
What's up, man?
Yep.
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
Is it okay for me to ask you how
So
old
happy
you are?
early birthday, Jerry. Yeah.
I can't ask how old you are.
Well, Tim got something else to show off, so I'll
No, are you serious right now? Wow. I'm like blown away right now. Do you have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles box, pizza box?
No.
You really do collect everything.
Told you.
I'm a pack rat.
My mom and my dad
My
was
name
too.
is Tim, the Comic Crusader, and I need help. I need help now.
Here's the scary thing about Tim, right? He won't show you this, but if he opens up that pizza box, you're going to see a small hole cut right in the middle of that box.
Uh-oh.
Rando.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's a good thing that I got myself an extra large.
Oh, you guys.
After all, I am Italian.
Time Stallion. Oh, man.
Oh.
Bring the
Somebody got
chips.
something to
I
say
bring
to
the
you.
funny. What's that? Rando.
What?
Those are awesome. Oh, look, Jerry's amazing.
43. It's not a bad age.
Happy birthday.
He's 43 young.
Absolutely. Keep feeling that way. I'm 54, so there. Keep feeling that way.
I'm right behind you, Gavin. I'm 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you notice is when you're overexerting yourself and you get sore, and then you're trying to rehabilitate yourself for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes a little longer.
So back to Wesley Snipes.
I'm in my 30s.
Back to Wesley
Wesley
Snipes?
Snipes.
Back to Wesley Snipes. How old is Wesley Snipes?
I am eternal, Justin.
Have any of you guys been?
If I were everybody, I would check out comic book shops and see if they can nab themselves one of those Star Wars books. That'll be a good deal. Barbara, are you going to be at the shop?
I mean, I was
You
just
should
there
check out and see whether or not they got any.
No, they don't have any blanks.
Oh, they didn't get any of the blank covers?
I didn't see any blanks. But then again, I also picked up the Jen Bartel variant, and I loved it so much I kind of ignored the rest.
Oh, right.
I'm tempted to put in an order for more blank covers and see if I get lucky.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I going to get?
Check
Come
what you have
on!
already and see if you got them.
Yeah, I mean, I only ordered, I think, like 3. So.
Yeah. That's what most people order, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Do you guys keep them for collector value, or do you guys try to have someone sketch on them?
I like to try to collect some of them for sketching for people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
never
goal
know.
down the
Take a
road
look
once
at
I have
the
some more
league. You
money
never know.
is because I'm a big Electrical Blue Superman fan. My goal is to get like different artists to do different sketches of just so I can see people's different styles or art style for Electrical Blue Superman.
That's pretty smart. Yeah, that's awesome. I only have like one blank sketch, and I think that's like that last Iron Man run that came out, issue number 1. It's the only blank sketch I have.
Yeah.
Right. But oh, there we go. And our viewership has doubled now that Barbara has joined our group.
Thank you, Barbara. Oh, this is
Nice
awesome.
having a younger point of view, huh?
Oh, it's frozen.
So it's like, remember that sitcom? What was it? Two guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Yeah.
So
I got
this is
the
very
pizza.
similar to that. Right. There's what is it? 5 old guys, a girl, and 10 pizza boxes.
There you go.
Were there any pizza boxes? Really good.
Yeah.
He's one of my heroes, hands down. Oh, he's in the
So
museum.
Tim, did you get that new Spider-Man Far From Home pizza box from Papa John's?
Yeah, I got that one too. Yeah,
Nice.
that's actually in the other room. I gotta bring it over here.
Did you like clean the grease stains off of it? Do you just add?
Probably just buy the clean box.
I have something cool, but it's not, I don't have to show it.
And there's the
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
He collects
Okay.
pizza boxes. I actually have in one of my folder binders for all my old non-sports cards. I've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I have the popsicle sticks and the wrappers still from back then when I got them.
Wow.
And first Apollo mission, they sold popsicles back then, and it's got the actual cards in it from the Apollo.
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's very cool.
Very cool stuff.
That's pretty
Very cool.
So I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, I love getting those.
You know what nostalgia movie was? Or no, it was actually a TV show. It was done by
Oh boy.
Give me some of that.
Yeah.
Give me some.
Yeah. Her dealing with her super nerdiness. Cheers.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the Super Serum.
So,
Super Serum milkshake for Captain America.
I don't know, but I'll cheers to my Spider-Man cup.
I wouldn't open it. This
There you go. Nice.
Good.
Yeah, I saw that.
Talking about cups here, huh?
Yeah. I wouldn't open that milk. I don't know if it's any good.
Oh god, this is probably gonna like give away my first R-rated movie. I was legally allowed to see in theaters.
It's empty. I'm glad it's empty.
You just gave away your age.
I'm glad that thing is empty.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Fantastic movie though.
Is that a Cylon ship?
Pickle Rick!
Hold on.
Is that a Cylon ship?
Hold on.
God, this is really the most
No, it's a
depressing
pickle. It's a
episode
pickle
we
Rick
got to.
skip.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Looks like the.
Yeah.
Is this Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah.
Is that Chronicles of Riddick?
That's cool. It looks like the ship from
Reminds me of Battlestar Galactica.
F-Zero?
No,
The ship from F-Zero?
It is. It's Battlestar Galactica, guys.
That's Battlestar Galactica, isn't it? Isn't that a Cylon ship?
Oh, nice.
That's a
It's
Cylon
a Cylon
ship.
ship, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it
Yeah,
was.
it's the Cylon ship.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Yep. Yeah.
Thought it was the ship from the little small
From
ship
the,
from Independence Day.
yeah, but it's well. See, now it's funny that you say that because this came from the Trendmasters version of Battlestar Galactica, who also did the toys for IDW.
She's got to go.
I do gotta go. I apologize.
See you guys.
Tim.
Good night.
You guys have a great night.
Yeah.
Good night. On the show.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being
Good
here.
night.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll see you next weekend.
See you later.
See you next Sunday.
Very cool.
Bye guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn into a pumpkin when
Bye.
it comes to midnight.
She was awesome. I was trying not to like. I
told
was
you guys
trying to
that you
keep.
would be.
I wanted to bring her out in conversation. Trying
Yeah.
not to be.
Well, that's not a problem.
I was trying to be.
Once you get Barbara talking, she'll talk your head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying not to be.
Barbara's a great girl.
She's very, very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And she's a damn good
So
comic
what
book
else
shop runner.
Yeah.
Comic shop owner. She's an owner.
No, she's not
Runner.
an owner. She's a runner. She helps operate a comic book shop in Tampa.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Actually, she helped out Bull Street Comics too. She used to help them
Yeah.
out over there trying to
Before
get their
it shut
collection together.
Yeah. Before they shut down.
Before they shut down, yeah.
Mhm.
And that doesn't reflect anything on her. It's just because she was going through the back issues trying to get them all in order for them. You know, earning a little credit so she can buy her comic books. And
I'd love to do that. I wish there was one close to me. I'd do it.
oh yeah, yeah,
I'd
Yeah.
organize
Yours is 85
credit
miles away.
just for credit. It would be great.
yeah. Where you live, Gavin?
I live in central Wisconsin, north central Wisconsin, probably
Oh
about
wow, yeah.
in the
okay.
real era. There's like 412 people lived in this town.
Yeah. Originally his LCS was
Oh,
85
geez.
miles away. Now he has a new one. It's a
Yeah,
little
but they
closer.
haven't opened the
20
store
miles.
yet. Jeff, they haven't opened the store yet.
85
Oh,
I'm waiting.
miles?
Yeah, I got
Jeez.
first dibs. I already talked to the store owner, and he's got some stuff
Yeah.
for me that he's putting aside, and he's going to give me
Oh,
first dibs on anything new
Good.
that comes through the store in long boxes to go through them. So
Nice.
we
That's
made an
cool.
arrangement, which is
Right
very
on.
nice. It's just
Are
nice
you-
to
are
have
you-
another outlet. It drives me
It's pretty
crazy.
cool.
Sorry.
I think Tim.
Have you ever been to Ripon
Where?
Ripon College up in Wisconsin?
No. Who's talking?
No. Okay.
Tim is.
It's a little north of the.
Sorry, Tim, you're-
It's a little north. Oh, sorry. Ripon. There.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little north.
I'm closer
it's
to
on
the
the-
south.
Yeah, okay. And then I used to hang around a place called Greensboro, Wisconsin.
Oh, I know Greensboro. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, as the colder winter months are coming, I'm getting really tired of it. I'm thinking of moving.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I bet.
It's cold. I'm sick of the cold. The snow is
Yeah.
getting ridiculous.
But I love
Don't come
Wisconsin.
to California. It's too
Beautiful state.
expensive out here.
It's beautiful during the summertime, but not during the wintertime. It's too damn cold.
Yeah, not during the winter time. Sure.
But
One of
what's
my
cool
buddies,
is- What's that?
one of my buddies actually lived in Wisconsin. He was working there for, like, he got like a job offer, a job deal. He was there for like a year,
Yeah.
and every time I hang out with him, like I meet up with him because he buys comics from me, and every time I meet up with him, well, not every time, but like several times, he's like, if I didn't have my kids, I'd be in Wisconsin right now. He loves it there.
Yeah, it's nice during the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm not liking the cold. The cold is just too much.
It's getting
Sure.
colder too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Let me see. We had it early this year. We got what was it? -17. Like the
Wow.
first week of November.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
It
that
gets that cold?
really early.
Now,
Usually don't hit
here's a good question. How do you? What's the best way to store comics in the cold weather?
I poly
And comic boxes.
my boxes.
All right. Because I noticed when I lived in El Paso, Texas. El Paso, Texas has a dry heat,
Yes.
and all the comics that I had purchased in El Paso, Texas, they did not travel well.
no, they turn
the-
brittle. They get brittle.
Yeah, they get brittle. Yeah.
Well, a lot of my older ones, I'll stick acid-free paper on the inside and the outside of it, and then I'll put 2 cardboard pieces on each side of it to keep the light off of it, and then put it in a darker place, and then ship the short box away. And so it's kind of room temperature, so it's not too humid, not too hot.
Right.
So, just treat your compost like Mogwais and you'll be fine. Just don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah, I know. It's a pretty passionate. I'm sorry, Jeff. I was trying not to like go on a tangent earlier.
No, you're good. You're fine. That's the whole reason I do this show. It's for us to just bullshit.
Tangents are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy back here. And another thing I was going to talk about earlier, and I was trying to like, I want everybody to say their thing and get their insight on everything. But it's like Nolan Rad. There's something about this particular character from Silver Surfer that I like so much, and I think I see. Here's what I see when I see this character, and I'm so passionate about this particular writing. Is this particular character has a place with me in my heart, kind of, other than when I was growing up, but also because of the way his story, his whole origin story is, and you look at us as people in society. What we do every day, what do? We work, it could be 8 hours, 10 hours a day to make a living, to stay alive, to be happy, and look what he was doing, and trying to keep balance, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to get political or nothing, but it's a slave to what we do every day to sustain ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And this part, our hobby that we are very passionate about, and I have all these particular interests, wide spectrum of stuff. It makes it very interesting, you know what I mean? It's very cool. I mean, you, buddy, Tim, oh my God. You're bringing out fucking pizza boxes. That's fucking so cool. Outside of stuff. Ask Jeff. I always talk about this all the time. It's like one of my biggest questions I always ask, like when I have new guests on that have never been on my show, I always ask them the question, what does thinking outside the box mean to you? You're a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? And how long have you been collecting? You're what, 40? You said you were like 40 years old?
I'm 50. I just turned 50 in December.
And how long have you been collecting since you've been a kid?
I started collecting probably around 75. And then I started getting into it really big after Star Wars in 77.
Yes, cool. Very cool.
Yep. And the funny thing that you say about Nolan Rad is that the first comic book I bought with my own money that I actually worked for when I was a kid was Silver Surfer #1, Volume 2. Nice. It was a one-shot.
Nice.
And I went to the stand.
Was it the black cover?
Yep. Yeah, it's like a brownish black cover, and he's standing there with his board.
Underrated book.
Underrated book. And of course, Galactus is in it. Mephisto is in it. It's a great story.
Mephisto is awesome. That's an awesome.
Yeah, and I too love Silver Surfer. I love the fact that he sacrificed everything he cared about, and the one person that he loved more than anything in the world, to save them and put his life secondary. That to me is a true hero.
Yeah, big time. That's what I love. And
I probably have still somewhere in the house. Back in the 90s, like maybe late 90s, they had the Marvel CD-ROM, and they would have like the first like 20 comics or first whatever. And I remember I would put in the CD-ROM. I'm going through the computer and I'm looking at panel after panel. So I was reading all these early Silver Surfer stories via CD-ROM, and so like that was my experience. Silver Surfer comics, and then of course there's the Silver Surfer animated series.
Here's another one for you guys. Here's another bomb drop that I love. And I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. I used to have it on my favorite list, and it was with Richard Gere. It was a Richard Gere movie, and in that movie,
Pretty Woman.
Was it Pretty Woman?
No,
it wasn't Pretty Woman. It was I kind of different name. What was it? Thank you. Reckless. Miss G, come here.
Oh, Reckless. Yeah.
Breathless.
Miss G.
This is awesome. In the movie Breathless, there is a cool scene in this. I have it on my favorite list. I'll have to show it to you guys. But it's shows him going into a comic book store, and one of the books he picks up is a Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And he's reading the story, and of course he's an older
Oh,
gentleman.
wow.
And there's a younger kid in there that goes, why can't he just, and he's talking about Silver Surfer, and he goes, oh, Silver Surfer has got the internal power. He can just destroy anything. Why don't you just, boom, get rid of it, you know? And the way he explains the story, and not even that, you see him walk outside the store about Silver Surfer, and then later on, he's with his wife, and they're in the bedroom having a romantic time together, and he's reading the Silver Surfer book again. It's what I mean is there's a meaning behind it, and that's what I fucking love. Sorry, guys, but that I love.
You're
that.
good.
Did you ever see the movie Denzel Washington's in it? Crimson Tide. You remember the reference?
I don't remember the reference, but I know what you're talking about.
He's being asked about like Jack Kirby.
Yes.
And I think they mentioned like Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yes. I just, when I see stuff like that, these little tiny tidbits, and a lot of people just kind of like go over it, you know, and don't even.
Oh, I mean, that's one of the things I loved about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, Joss Whedon used to throw in, or not even just Joss Whedon, but some of the writers, they always threw in like comic book references.
Like, go ahead.
Yeah, so like when you see Xander's character and he's like rounding the Scooby Gang, he's like, "All right, Avengers assemble!"
Yes.
And they're all just like looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" You know? And I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Here's another cool thing, and Jeff knows I'm going to say it. Jeff, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell him just so they can kind of know who I am. Okay, like I was saying, like one of my favorite quotes. I'm going to read this quote to you really quick, and it's by H.P. Lovecraft. I love H.P. Lovecraft. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to get into that. Okay. The oldest and strangest emotions of mankind is fear. And the oldest, strangest kind of fear is
Bueller. What's up, Bueller?
Hey, buddy. How you doing? It's fear of the unknown. And that was a quote from H.P. Lovecraft. And one of my small little passion projects I've been working on is I've noticed, if you guys have noticed, and you're all comic book fans, and you notice art, and you notice the artwork, and you're seeing where is the idea coming from an artist's perspective of how he's coming up with an image. You see it in movies, you see it in comic books, and there's something I noticed in probably the last 10 years as an example, and Jeff's going to go, oh my God, here we go again. It's not a tentacle thing, okay? It's not a tentacle thing. Okay, it's not. It's not. He teases me all the time. Okay, but an octopus creature, a Cthulhu creature, okay? You notice it in Hellboy. You notice it in certain comic book references. The image is always there. And it's an idea from H.P. Lovecraft in his stories, in his books. It's out there, yes. The guy was out there, yeah. But the inspirational ideas of it, you see scattered through art and through story. That idea comes from somewhere. Where is it coming from? And what I'm noticing is, as an example, there was an Avengers comic book. I've got it put away. It was one of the variant titles that came out this last year. And I think they had 4 different covers for it. And one of the covers, it shows Iron Man, it shows Captain America. And then up here in the background, you see an octopus creature. Okay? And I started noticing this more and more and more. And why do they keep referencing this particular creature? As an example, Han Solo's story. When you see the Millennium Falcon go back up the wormhole and you see the Death Star, and also take a shortcut, and they want to go through black space, the 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, whatever you want to call it. They go in there, and what do you see? This huge alien creature with long tentacles, eating planets and everything in its wake, and it's trying to capture the Millennium Falcon. Where did that idea come from? As an example, go ahead.
2 words. Hail Hydra.
But see what I mean? You see what I mean? I mean, you see that too. You see that too in like the Avengers movie. You get my point. But it's always that image that reference to that is always there. And when I mention this, people look at me like, "What the fuck is this eye on? What am I on? I'm just saying."
Well, I mean, how long has H.P. Lovecraft been around?
What, 1930s? He got really famous in the 1930s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My theory is that you have a lot of artists who are like influenced, and they're like friends with other artists that they start hearing about and learning, and when they hear about like H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu, they're kind of like inspired, and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to throw this in there, I'm going to throw that in there, and it's like
cool,
it's almost
that's
like
what I love, because what's cool about it is it's that inspirational thing of an idea that somebody wrote many years ago, and it's showing up in references, stuff like that, and it's just it's the reason why I get so hung up on it is because look at like history. I love history, and I love certain things about history. And one of my favorites warlords in books was, and if anybody's ever read it, was called The Art of War, big red book. Okay, It talks about, it's got like the philosophy of war and all that stuff. And one of my favorite warlords, other than Alexander the Great, another unknown but kind of in and out of storyline of history. Another one I really like is Genghis Khan. You see the influences of history. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the fun fact. The Art of War.
Yep.
There is actually no art in that book at all.
They didn't believe in art at the time. They just couldn't draw at the time.
Actually, there is art in the book. It all depends on if you consider the calligraphy itself artistic, because it is written in Chinese.
You know it'd be hilarious if somebody actually went out of their way to make a graphic novel of The Art of War, and they did it in volumes.
That would be a little weird, man. Because that thing is a weird read. It's a really weird read, man. But
but it's so interesting. You see tidbits of history in that book, and you see the ideas of government, survivability, all this stuff. It's crafted in such a way, and that's what I mean. Still jamming, yes, Jeff, John, yes, John.
Yep.
Well, the nuclear family itself. 2 children, 2 parents, each having 2 grandparents each. That's 8 people. That's the 8 tentacles of an octopus. That's the nuclear family. So careful what you look for. Sometimes you might find something that's a little dark.
I saw that movie, The Number 23. I see it everywhere.
My oldest brother, he's big into Cthulhu. He's big into the devil. He's big into a lot of the darker.
And I'm gonna put it out
parts
there.
Of religion.
I am not, and I don't want people to see this the wrong way. I am not a super religious. I'm not getting political.
Neither is he.
I don't.
He's actually a heavy metal rocker.
Yeah, to me, I'm not a devil person. I don't believe in the devil. I think it's a Christian mark, whatever you want to call it. To put people in chaos into order is all it's about. That's in my perspective.
Oh yeah.
So that's it on that. End of that.
Yeah, he's not big in the religion either. He's just very big into that whole idea. He too loves H.P. Lovecraft. He too is into like Cthulhu
It's just so cool. I mean, and it's not just about, when you read that, you're like, what is this guy on? What was he talking about?
Yeah.
And people try to analyze it, and it's just like an example. If you guys actually looked at, actually read any of, who's the famous philosopher, fortune teller, told the future?
Confucius?
Not Confucius. He had a beard. English.
Oh, Nostradamus.
Have you ever tried to read the actual manuscripts of Nostradamus and the English translation? You're like, what is this guy on? What is he talking about? Trying to translate that? That stuff there to me is fascinating. know.
You just gave me a great idea. I want to just take like all the transcripts of Nostradamus and put them in fortune cookies. Yeah, that's weird, right? They're like,
I'm gonna take everything that Randall says and put it in a fucking fortune cookie. They call them Randall cookies.
they're just all references.
Arsenio, I love you, buddy. You get me. Arsenio gets he's in the chat.
Yeah. I'll get you.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. Not fortune cookies. Put it on the Snapple.
A Snapple. Oh my God.
Yes.
That would be cool.
One of those fun facts.
Actually, you've been beaten to the punch. Sobe used to do that when they first started.
Wow, did they really?
Used to pop open the little tap, and they would have a little saying underneath. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. I like to. I get really passionate about those certain subjects because us. Sorry, Tim. Us old guys and you younger guys.
Yeah.
Make it help you like see things in a different way, and you wonder why. Like I that's why I'm having a little bit. Sorry, Jeff, but your buddy here, Tim. I'm showing a little bit more respect towards him because I see the things that he's showing. Some of the stuff he's shown already tonight.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at it, I was like, what a fucking pizza box, really? No, but I see where he's coming from. I dig that.
I didn't say that.
I dig that, Tim. I think that's cool.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things I love about Tim. He's very eclectic when it comes to collecting.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
And he's very knowledgeable about like all these other little things.
Yeah.
Things that we're not normally dive
no
delve
offense
into.
to millennials, no offense to millennials, but you seem to skip.
I'm not a millennial. I'm an '80s baby. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't think I'm a millennial.
Millennials seem to skip this certain knowledge thing.
Yeah.
They only want to see what's in front of their face, and they don't see the rest of where the idea came from.
It's hard to generalize all the millennials. I don't
No,
think that's
I'm
the case.
not saying all of them, but everybody wants to classify themselves at some standard thing or whatever. And I think it's nobody should be has to be classified as anything. I can be no part as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's
one of the things that I don't like is like, and I've seen this happen before in comic book stores, is that you'll have like people who are literally like not knowledgeable at all. They're brand new, and they ask these questions, and sometimes you have the people behind the counter. They're kind of like rolling their eyes, and they're like, "You don't know about this," and they kind of like, talk down to you, like, and it's like, why would you do that? You should be encouraging them, and you should be telling them, like, hey, like, oh, you don't know about this?
Yes.
Let me tell you about this, or let me introduce you to this, or let me suggest this book.
Yeah, but
dude, I have a story. I have a story about that.
Cool.
When I first got into comic books, like, I moved the apartment that I moved to that I'm in now currently. I went to the comic book store right up the street, and I was still new, and at least new in terms of like what key issues were. And so I was looking for first Beta Ray Bill, and I was like just curious if this store had it. One of the dudes when I asked the question, one of the dudes in there started laughing in my face, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, and it wasn't like a joking laugh. It was like, are you really asking a stupid question right now? That kind of. And I get sarcasm because I love sarcasm so I'm not stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that rubbed me the wrong way. I stopped going to that LCS for a long time because of that. Yeah. Because of that one person. So it's real. Like,
John, I love you, buddy.
You never know. Like what kind of. John is awesome.
Yeah, he is. By the way, Art, can I show this picture to everybody on my camera? I gotta show you guys something, but only if Arsenio allows me to.
Yeah, if he says okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Arsenio, can you give me an okay to show this picture?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Oh my God, you guys, you gotta see this. Arsenio just sent me a picture. He's one of our community members that does arts, and this is fucking cool. He's watching our show, you guys, and he's doing this.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
He's doing this. Look at this Hulk picture. He just did that.
Oh, nice.
This is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Look at the style. You see
That is sick.
Wow, that Hulk is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that Darth Maul showed the other night
Look
was,
at the
was
look at
sick.
the images. Look at the images of what he's doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I love about his style. It's unreal.
Look,
The detail. Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Go.
I was hoping for an electrical blue Superman.
That is so cool.
No, the art looks awesome. That's great.
Awesome, buddy. That's awesome. Man, oh man. Sorry, guys.
That's really nice.
Send me your chemist's email.
Thanks
Sorry,
for
guys.
watching. Thanks for tuning in and watching, man.
Yeah. Send me his email so I can send him a link. So I'll pop him in. He wants to pop in.
Arsenio?
So, yeah, send me his email.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, I got you. I can send him a link. You're good. Take your time. I'm not no
Wait,
rush.
Jeff, are you trying to get 8 people on this podcast?
There's not 8. There's only 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
No, it's
Oh yeah.
It's like Jeff's been on it the whole time.
Nah, I've been out of it the whole time.
Come on. Really? Brother.
Oh.
I'm not continuing.
Oh, I forgot to say this too. This is, I believe, the first show of 2020. So if it hasn't been said,
Nice.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, it is the first.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Whoop. Any key issue books that are people are chasing? Just big books that people are chasing after. This
Everything.
Year? Everything. Just give me everything. Everything on the wall, please.
All the first appearances. All of them.
Give me the cameos too,
I'm going to
please.
request them like I'm Donald Trump.
Hey, you guys, come on.
No, he wants every issue of 123 that he can find. That's what he wants.
Oh, give me all them Superman books. Just the 123s.
I am the Highlander of the Superman 123.
There can only be one.
Yeah.
I just start showing up buying collections in trench coats and bringing out a giant katana.
Do you have any idea how many of those were printed?
I believe.
Not anymore.
Well, we were Googling it. Me and my buddy were Googling it, and I think it was like the highest printed book for the year that it came out, which was like 96, 97. And so I think there's at least 1 million copies.
That would be a little weird because, to collect all of 1 million copies of 123. That would be a little weird, but I don't
If
think.
you are listening on the rewind, help us out. We need 1 million.
Yeah.
Come on. 1 million Superman.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that I discovered that they made a second printing. And apparently the second printing was a very, very low print run of that book.
You gonna get those ones too? Do you have any? You have any? Oh.
Yeah, I think I have at least 2 or 3 copies of the second printing.
Right on.
No, look, Arsenio has something to say about it. Our chemist has something to say.
Do me a favor. Tell
our chemist.
I can't find his. I'm trying to find his damn email here.
Flash 123 and Superman 199. Is that the race? The first and second race of Flash and Superman?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll
I'd love to get
it.
those too.
Chemist.
Put your Jeff, just put your email right in the chat. Just your email.
Right in.
Have him email.
Just my email.
He'll send you. Send you his email. It's too hard to do it on my end.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're good. I'll find him on the Instagram. Just message them there, if anything.
Oh, all right.
Instead of doing it in chat. Yeah, because then we're gonna have to delete that. I'm gonna have to delete the chat because I'm gonna get spammed.
Yeah, I always do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping. You know what I plan to do is that when they
What's that?
either for regular Superman or for Action Comics or for both. My goal is by the time they reach
Okay.
Action Comics issue 1123, my goal is to do a exclusive variant, and it's going to be like a cover swipe of
And
Superman
you call it the
123.
Jeff Wong variant.
That's awesome.
That's my goal. I might even try to do like a metallic or like a chrome or I suppose what's the term? Foil. Probably do like a foil cover. So you see like the electrical blue Superman all shiny.
Foil cover, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that
Yeah, I
book
just
is
messaged
shining.
It's coming to you in 2 seconds here, buddy. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Todd McFarlane DC figures that have been solicited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some of them, yeah. They look pretty cool.
Already.
The Batman Who Laughed
I
was
looked
pretty
at those
cool.
pictures.
They look pretty
and
decent.
I looked at those pictures
I
and I
like-
was just like immediately grabbing my pants pockets like, oh, where's the money? Where's the money?
There you go, buddy. I just emailed you or sent it to your IG account.
Okay. I'll send it. I'll send it to him now.
I'm
Yeah,
really
send them
hoping that
right
this deal that McFarlane
Yeah,
has
his Jim Lee figure.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, I'm really
You hoping
hoping
the deal that
that
McFarlane has is going to be.
Yeah, I'm hoping that with this deal that McFarlane might turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to do some DC covers, for some of the DC books.
Right.
That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be
really
so cool. That'd be so cool. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think McFarlane's
Well, I
ever
wasn't
going to do a Marvel.
I wasn't expecting him to do.
He doesn't even sign Marvel books
Yeah.
anymore, right?
I wasn't expecting him to do the animated
Then
series one. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Doesn't he still
Did you know-
control
did you
his
see
own
those?
rights for
Yeah.
the book?
I did. I saw them.
Yeah,
But
I
he still
wasn't expecting
controls his
that.
own
I
rights
was
to his
expecting
own
mainstream
book.
DC, but not the animated ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're all going to be part of the multiverse line, I think, right?
The multiverse line, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, there's going to be some hot figures, man.
Did you get it, Jeff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sending it now. I'm typing it in now.
All right.
Man, can you imagine if they did another Batman Spawn crossover?
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think that's coming sooner than
that's a really good
you
read.
can think. I think it's coming.
Dude, I hope that it's Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and Todd McFarlane. Those three guys working on Batman Spawn crossover. Big
Yeah,
Frank
seller.
Miller did a really
That'd
good
be really
job,
cool.
too. I love me some Frank Miller.
Yeah, I like Frank Miller too, to be honest. His older stuff was really good.
I got a previews catalog here with me.
Invite sent.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to go through that?
Which one?
The previews catalog.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
were
he was
all
supposed to go through.
mesmerized by Barbara. Come on now.
Oh, my God. She is the only woman. You didn't want to gang up on her.
Yeah.
You want to get her.
I love you.
It's nice to see a female in the group.
No, I agree.
I agree.
It's
I
actually
agree.
very refreshing. Very refreshing. It's very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. We got Art coming to the building. Art's in the building.
Dun, 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 dun.
Love it. How you doing, Arsenio?
What's up, man?
Took me a long time to practice it too.
Yeah.
Now, can you show that art up on the screen again?
Dang,
Nice.
that is sick.
Love it,
Yeah.
buddy.
Nice.
Spidey trying to get some waves.
Wait, is that Tyrone wearing a mask?
That is awesome.
Nice.
I like it.
Cyclops.
I love it.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, Cyclops there.
Look at that.
Oh, the Into the
That
Spider-Verse.
turquoise
Wow.
is popping. Yeah.
And done, you guys. Not computer animation.
Not a fan of it. I ain't gonna hit on the computer animation. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
That is nice.
Oh, the Hulk one. I like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love how you got the eye
That
color.
purple's popping.
Dude,
Yep.
that eye color is cool. I like that. I love the way you did that. That's awesome. Nice.
Look at those nips.
Love it. Look at this
Oh,
picture
wow.
carefully, gentlemen. Look at the picture.
There's a lot of detail in that.
Arsenio likes to put Easter eggs in his photos, in some of his photos. It's pretty cool. And you miss it.
Nice.
You don't look hard enough. That's pretty
Wow.
cool. Love that,
is
buddy.
clean.
Love it.
That unibeam.
Love it.
I got a whole bunch of work I got to cook it up soon. Yeah, man. So what's going on?
Waiting for you to draw a Ben Grimm picture.
Not much. Just
Right, here we go.
bullshitting around, man.
Check it out. That first appearance of Justice League Facsimile Edition.
No way, really.
Hold on,
You're actually
hold on.
know that.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Look at this.
hold on.
Oh.
Watch what he does here.
No.
Hold
Wow,
on.
they really are
Oh.
unreal.
Oh,
Very cool.
That's awesome.
yeah, and then Arsenio showing off that Jim Lee cover.
First show the cover. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Look at
I like
that.
that.
Dang.
That's
What?
cool.
Yeah,
That's
I like
pretty
that. What the hell?
That is clean.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
cool.
Is that Andrew
Yeah.
Yang?
No, that's not Jim Lee, man.
That is sick.
Damn it.
He got
That is
Damn it. I didn't catch it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I got this from Bobby the other day. So you look Bobby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, classic, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you like it, Arsenio. Good.
Yeah,
Good,
but
good.
see, I got another one.
I knew you'd like it.
I gotta give a shout out to this. First off, I love Andy Kubert's art, and Tom King did a spectacular job. I haven't finished reading through them. I've been going through the issues that I got, but the Superman Up in the Sky,
Yeah.
that's such an awesome read.
Oh, very
Hmm.
Like, I want Tom King to write Superman now.
Yeah.
Take Bendis off. Oh, these damn figures.
Well, his Batman's kind of bad, man, but
Yeah, right there.
oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
hold on. We're gonna go do it old school. Well, I don't feel like sharing screen.
Oh.
We just have random
The
flip through the
deceased,
previews every
yeah, the
week
deceased
or
action figures.
every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That Joker's clean.
Mm.
Aquaman looks a little beat
That's
up.
cool.
That's the deceased figures.
Oh, okay, that's why. Why does he look like he's been murdered?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is sick.
So,
Oh, wow.
check this
Look at
out.
that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
That is
That is badass, buddy.
sick.
That is badass.
Oh, I like how you did that. That was nice.
Very, very cool.
So, DC Universe had a
Yeah.
the Bruce Timm
Yeah.
Justice League figures. It was exclusive only through their site.
Yeah.
Nice. And so here in the DC Previews catalog, it's going to be available for the first time for comic book stores to order. So it's no longer going to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll put it on you. Just wait.
I already have like all of these.
Yeah, the
figures.
7-pack.
These things take forever, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little disappointed.
The
That they're
original
doing that.
Justice League. Well, you knew that was coming.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it wasn't
Ooh. I
because
like
they
this
went
one.
so long without actually doing it.
This one's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Hold
This
on.
Wolverine's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that Wolverine.
Arcanus got
Wait
something
till you see
else.
it, though. Look at the back.
Arcanus
Watch
got
what he
something
does
else to
here.
show.
I know this one.
Is that the Hunt for
Hold on.
Wolverine or?
Look at the background. Look at the very background behind you. See the
Yeah,
blood bag?
hold on.
Oh
I'm trying
yeah.
to bring it up.
Nice.
Nice Wolverine. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that Hunt for Wolverine. That is sick.
Yeah. And it's good. Oh yeah, and it's certified by CGC, so you get anything
Yeah,
done
man.
by
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
trippy.
CGC is
And then my signature is right there on the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool of CGC to do that and give off artists opportunities to be able to
That's always cool.
make money off their work. It's well earned. Oh, Perry's back. Perry. Oh, that's a sick piece right
Look at
there.
that. Look at that.
Dark Maul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah. And it's
That was
graded.
awesome.
So
That is clean.
Wow, I loved it. Loved it.
Yep.
God dang it.
Now I just gotta get a Bempy done by Arcanus.
I'm gonna have to get him to do the thing, definitely.
Now all I got to do is get yeah.
One thing
Yeah.
I want to point out that DC is doing, I'm happy that they're doing it, but I'm worried
Because
that they're pulling a Marvel.
What is that? I cannot.
Oh boy. Hold on.
Are they powering
Hold
up?
on. I'll bring it up now. Drives me nuts. It takes forever.
So they're officially going back to original numbering.
Wow.
Oh yeah. 750 for Flash.
Wow. Are you serious?
They're doing it for
Yeah.
Flash, and they're doing it for Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And Wonder Woman.
Huh.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm really worried about, because I've seen Marvel do this before, and they go to original numbering, and then they cancel and restart at number 1. And I'm really afraid that DC is going to do that.
Yep.
Oh, like those legacies?
Yeah.
I hope.
Let's start over.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not.
You know, people complain about, like, I've heard people complain about Dan Didio, even some people complain about Jim Lee. But the one person I never hear people complain about, and he's the editor-in-chief of DC Comics, Bob Harras, or Bob Harris. You know? And he was editor-in-chief of Marvel back in the 90s, back when they...
Not many people
Yeah. You never hear him. Nobody ever talks about him. It's always Dan Didio, Jim Lee. And they don't... I mean, like, they're the publishers. They're quote-unquote in charge. But you have the editor-in-chief that pretty much runs the operations and is, like, you know, checking with all the editors and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy, but buddy. I just cannot get that Seeds of Jupiter. It's pissing me off. My phone went off because it's showing so many notifications for. I've been trying to get 1951 Seeds of Jupiter EC Comics 8 pages. I'm trying to get my hands on that because it's it's an alien inspired story, and that's what I've been trying to get my hands on in my collection. Along with Death Rattle.
I'm often not too excited about like new Marvel books.
Hopefully, yeah.
But I just looked in the Marvel previews, and the first thing that popped up, and I love the 2 people that are working on it because I love the art.
Gwen Stacy.
Strange Academy. I think it's a fun, neat idea.
Nice.
Roberto Ramos and Scotty Young.
Scotty Young, that's my dude.
Yeah.
Meow.
Fire.
Oh, the Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's clean.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is definitely badass.
Nice.
New Mutants homage. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
This right here, the cross right here is nice.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
That's always
Nice.
nice, yeah.
Alex Ross.
The
Beautiful.
colors are really good.
Is that Invaders?
Yeah.
Right on.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Djurjevic?
Whoa.
Here's the signature.
Defenders.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a beautiful book. I saw that one online. I was going to pick that one up myself.
That is
Always like
nice.
that.
So this one,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
nice.
Garbage
Oh,
Pail
that's
Kids.
for Bobby.
Yeah.
There's Morbius.
It's a really good cover.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
Why is it? Why is it?
Morbius comes out this.
Yeah, is that the one with where the woman's carrying him?
I think so, yeah. This week.
Yeah.
This week.
I
Was that
think
issue
so.
number
We've
3?
got we've got 3 variants coming to the store. We've got the
Ooh.
A cover, the B cover, and then the Marvel's X cover for Morbius 3.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'll go with
Yeah.
Arsenio's wife.
Yeah.
She does comic book shop. I'll probably get them from her. I got
Oh,
a
right on.
pre-order on her.
Yeah.
All right, it's cool because
Yeah.
Arsenio's wife has got the same style in comic
Ooh.
books that I like. She likes the horror genre.
Oh, right on.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, got a little
Is
Perillo
that the
action
only-
going on there, Jeff.
That.
Yeah.
Well, Perillo, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
sick.
See what I mean?
That Superman looks okay, but the other one he did it looks a little weird. The other Superman he did by himself looks a little weird.
Oh, that is clean. That is clean.
Love that.
Some
Nice.
floating head goodness.
Nice.
Like bangers all day.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dang.
Nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
Wow. I can't believe this, you guys. I'm looking up. I'm going to show you guys something today.
What's up, Biggie? Biggie in the house, y'all.
What's up,
And
dude?
you don't stop.
Oh, my
Ooh,
favorite cover.
oh my goodness, that is sick.
I remember when that book first came out.
Oh, there you go. Nice key.
Nice.
Oh, that Superior Spider-Man run was bomb.
Yeah, he does, Biggie.
Ooh, I got mine on my desk right here.
Big time.
And this is the one that started it all.
Nice.
My
Oh,
first
nice.
one was 93.
Oh, nice. Number 27. Yeah, I think what's Jim Lee.
Yeah. That was the big cover that came out last year.
Looks like some
That's the Jim Lee
Robo
cover
stuff
too, right?
right there.
Yeah.
Nice with Jen Locke, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I got all the connecting. I need one more to complete my collection
Which one? Which one?
of the Jim Lee
Which
connecting
one?
variants.
Which one?
I don't know which.
Nice.
I have the Beast one, the Colossus, the Cyclops and Wolverine, and the Magneto one. Is that all of them, or I heard there's another one?
You need the
Is there 5 or 4?
You need Beast and Beast. Hold on.
What do you say?
Yeah, I have the Beast and Storm one you talk about, right?
Check.
I feel like the picture quality is coming out clear.
Yeah, it is.
What'd you do, Jeff?
Huh?
Do you see my beard?
This book
Yeah,
right now
that-
for 1.8 is going for $424.
Hold on.
Are you serious?
Nice.
Wow.
A 1.4,
That's more than
1.8 is going for $524.
Crazy. And are these books you've been collecting for a minute, or these are books you like picked up in the last couple of years?
No, for a long time. I mean,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And the one in some of my personal collection, like I said, I'm looking for this one called Shocking Suspense Stories, and it's a issue 8. Yeah, I got it written down here. Yeah, it's called The Seeds of Jupiter, 1951.
51. Wow, nice.
I got no Golden Age books, not a one. I love me some Silver Age goodness, but I don't even know what Golden Age I would like want to collect.
Quick question: Have you guys have you been watching the Harley Quinn animated series?
No.
I need to watch it. I'm like one episode away of finishing Doom Patrol, and then I will watch it.
Oh man! All I can say is this: the return of the shark repellent spray. Brilliantly used. The show is the voice talent behind the show. My buddy made a very good comparison. He basically compared it to Venture Brothers.
Oh, okay, good. I like Venture Brothers.
Yeah, so if you're into like the Venture Brothers, you'll definitely like Harley Quinn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw the trailer. It just from that trailer, it's pretty good.
Oh man, there's a funny part where Dr. Psycho is fighting Wonder Woman, and he gets pissed off, and he calls her the C word.
Ooh,
oh wow!
And and so like everybody, Wonder Woman, the civilians, everybody stopped and like looked at him, and he's like, "What?" And then he apparently he goes on like this reality talk show to apologize, and he ends up saying it again. And the next day, there's like a video, and you see like Lex Luthor with the Legion of Doom, and he's like, "We here at the Legion of Doom do not tolerate this type of actions and language." And so Dr. Psycho is no longer part of the Legion of Doom. They kick him out.
That is hilarious.
That's the book I'm looking for.
Oh, look at that weird science.
Hold on.
Nice.
Hold on.
That's the
We
book.
blinded them with science.
That's the book. Yeah, issue 8.
Oh wow, that's awesome. You have a good camera.
Over back there. Yeah, it's issue 8. That one's in pretty rough shape. They want $70 for it.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, that cover there that you just showed me was also on the Overstreet Price Guide one year.
Was it really?
In the teen. Yeah.
That one.
That weird science book?
Yeah, it's issue 8.
Yeah.
That one was called The Seeds of Jupiter.
The Seeds of Jupiter, yeah. I think it did. I think it was like someone in the teens and the Overstreet Price Guide that made the cover. That's a well-known cover, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that book all the way up to $8,000 for a freaking mid-grade.
Jeez.
Mid-grade.
Man, you know, what'd be really cool is they've been doing like the toys that made us, and now they're doing like the movies that
Oh
made
yeah,
us. But how cool would it be if they made like the
the
comics,
comics
that
that
made
made us. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. That would be cool.
that would be so cool. And not to mention, like, so many people would be watching that because they're used to that format of the toys that made us, documentary style, you know. And then same thing with movies. So if they did it with comics, I feel like there'd be like a lot of people who like would watch it and learn about comics, and then they would want to get into comics and start collecting and reading, you know.
But then that messes it up for us because we got more people chasing after
Let's
those
do
key
that.
issues that we're trying to get. No,
We just become popular, man. We'd be like ambassadors. People come and go up to us for help.
That would be cool.
I'd start rocking a cape like Lando.
It's like, hey.
Oh boy.
Have a closet full of capes. Someone tries to go into my closet. My capes.
How many capes do you need? There's not enough capes in this closet.
And one of these days, the capes is going to come back in fashion. I'll probably be too old by then.
Yeah.
I'll be like
Well,
80 years
I
old.
got a
Grandpa,
commission, so
you're not supposed to wear a cape.
Yeah.
I take a cape and I just put it in front of me like a blanket when I'm sleeping.
And that one has a snuggie.
What? I got a commission going from 36 chambers, anyways. So I got one a vampy coming from the 36 chambers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the next one is gonna be Art Chemist. The next commission I'm gonna get is for Art Chemist probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So after 36 chambers does that vampy for me. Can't wait to see it too.
I start saving my pennies now.
I'm ready.
So I can't wait to see what Art Chemist's idea of vampy would look like too. So that'd be kind of cool just to see it. Just to see your guys' interpretation of her. Be kind of neat.
Oh, she's going to have the same nipples as that Hulk.
Oh man. That's cool. I mean,
yeah, definitely. I agree, Jeff. Like every artist's interpretation is
Yeah.
you know, pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, G?
Well, gentlemen, it's
I
been
let my puppies out.
3 hours and 20 minutes for me. I am going
I'll see you
to
later.
go ahead and excuse my people. Guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Nice talking with all you guys. I hope to see you guys join us again next week. All right?
See you later.
Yeah, of course.
Tim, very
Nice
cool.
meeting you, Tim.
Yeah,
Peace
You
out.
guys signing up. See you later, guys.
See you, man. May the force be with
See ya.
you.
See you later.
Keep those comics on your mind. Yeah, Tim is a cool dude. First time I ever met him.
Yeah.
I've known Tim for at least over 10 years. I was working at Demolition
You guys,
Comics, and he was a customer there.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah, man, when I started my comic book store, like Jeff, you met Tim through my store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if I had never created
Yeah.
that store.
Yeah, you have an interesting story. I think I've heard one of your story, like your origin story on a live stream once about you starting up your own comic book and being screwed over.
Last week.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah, it's
That's a hell of a story, dude.
Yeah, it's been tough, and hopefully, in time, I'm going to bounce back.
Yeah, definitely baby steps. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for
back.
karma. I'm still waiting for karma to do its job.
Karma here.
Yeah,
I got you.
Take care of those bad people.
Yeah. Well, you're selling online. You're doing an online store now, right?
Yeah. Well, so Diamond, when I went to go apply for Diamond, when I had my store before, I had told Diamond I wanted to do like a delivery service. You know, like I'd have subscribers and I would go deliver books.
Dude,
And they
that would
said
be
that,
cool.
yeah, and they said no, you can't do that. They said that there's only two ways that you can have a comic book store. You have to have an online store,
What?
or you have to have a brick and mortar store. And so I was actually working towards building an online store, but then a buddy of mine pointed out, like, you know, hey, there's this like small, like building small room that's available for lease, and you can use that as a storefront. And the rent was like $321 a month. So I was like, sweet, you know, I did that. I did the store and I didn't do the website. And everybody's reaction when they walk into the store, because it's literally the size of a bedroom, you know. So they walk into the store and they're like,
Smaller than that.
"Oh, okay." I didn't
bathroom.
realize how small the store was going to be. You know, you could literally take one step to the right, then another step to the left, another step to the left, another step to the left, and you're done. You know, and it's like, okay,
It was
right
like
back to
big
the
as a bathroom.
door.
A bathroom. Probably about as big as a bathroom. That's how big the room was.
Yeah. And so, but now this time around, I'm doing just so I can save money. Like I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay electric, I don't have to pay, you know, internet for the store. You know, I can do everything from home. So I started a website, but I really haven't built. I mean, the website is built, but I haven't like updated and added it onto the website because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. I'm currently working 2 jobs right now, just so I can like afford like the Diamond bill, and because I personally order a lot of comic books myself, but I'm going to start cutting down on ordering, so I can start actually saving money. And then the ultimate goal is to cut down one of the jobs, or if my friend helps me out and I get like a really good paying job, then I'm only going to need 1 job, and then I have the weekends off, and then on the weekends I can concentrate on building the business up. I definitely want to do a store. If I do a store, I'm probably going to have to do it under a different name, and so keep the website business separate from the store. And the idea I have for the store, because nowadays comic book stores cannot survive on their own. You know, you have to kind of like mix it with something else, and especially here in Tampa, because in Tampa there's just a lot of comic book stores. There's a lot of competition. So you know, like if there were only one comic book store in Tampa, that store wouldn't need to do anything else. There's enough people that buy comic books that store would be self-sufficient just by selling comic books. But because we have like 5 stores in the Tampa area, it's like you're pulling people here, pulling people there, and it's tough. It's very, very tough. So my idea is if I open up a store, one, I want to open it close to home. That way it's just easier for me to, like, you know, the
but rent by your side is expensive, though. Yeah, but I said rent on your end is expensive anyway. Where you stay at, rent is expensive down there, isn't it? The rent.
Kind of. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of places that houses are expensive. Housing is expensive. You know, like home rent.
Don't get me started about that. Come to the Bay Area, bro. It's expensive out here.
Yeah. And my goal is, you know, maybe if I get a small business loan, my goal is I want it to be a comic book store during the daytime, and then at nighttime I want it to be a bar.
That would be so sick. You can have people come in and
you better
trade back books to read while they have a shot.
Can I say something really quick?
No, you better hope on that.
What was that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
Arsenio.
Yo.
You want to drop a line on what your wife does?
Which one?
On our website?
What part? She does a lot of.
No, her comic books.
Oh, what's the link? I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. She does kind of the same thing on her part-time basis. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I get that store going, and what's cool is like I have a friend of mine who is big on bartending. He was even teaching bartending, and I got to attend the bartending school. So like I like kind of got a feel of like, okay, this is the bartending station. this is like kind of like what you need to know and stuff like
Well,
that.
you know, if you have a bar, you're going to have a fountain, a couple of them, and actually partake in a little of absinthe drinking.
And everybody's got to know each other's names. Everybody.
A liquor license is very expensive.
Yeah, I bet it
so
is.
I'm gonna have to just stick with beer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I have to get thankfully a beer and wine license is very affordable.
Yeah.
I essentially like. I think the big thing about comic book stores is people like going to comic book stores because it's a hangout.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and if you're going to be in a place that that's a hangout, it's good to have like food. It's good to have drinks. You know, and you just hang
Grease
out.
and comics don't mix. Grease
Huh?
and comics
Grease
don't
and
mix.
comics don't mix.
Yeah, grease and comics
Hey, we're in
don't
2020
mix.
now.
You know that.
2020.
Well, if you get them in my law, you'll be fine.
Plus, you know, the bonus is, you know, enough drinking, and they're like, man, how much is that variant? Like, I don't know, that's $500. That's a lot of money. After a few drinks, you know what? I'm gonna get that variant, $500. Here you go.
I've been telling people not to drink and buy comics, and now I did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't drink and buy comics. That's gonna be the slogan there, right?
I want
That's
that
gonna
shirt. Don't drink and collect.
Drink
Yes,
and buy
the comic
comics. That
cheers.
could be the store name. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, actually, you know, it's funny they mentioned Cheers. My goal too is I'm gonna have a framed picture of Ted Danson.
Oh, that would be
Damn
awesome.
Malone. I'll have that behind the bar. It'll be for
I used to
good.
watch that all the time on Nick at Night.
You bet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna call it now, man. I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna call it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
call.
cool. Way to go.
All right, cool.
All right.
It was great
All
talking
right.
to all you guys, man. I hope
Thank you
to
very much.
see you all next Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'll be back.
I had a
I'll send all of you guys
blast.
invites. You guys are all invited, anyways.
Alright.
You guys are all invited.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right,
Thank you,
I'm loving it.
It was
Great
fun.
stuff.
Take care.
See?
Yeah.
Bruce.
Hold on.
This
End this damn thing.
is the way.
Yeah.